We're on.
We're on.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. It's Foodie Friday, March 4th. I am not Jordy Culotta, but I am filling in for Jordy Culotta. A little crossover show this morning. Give you a little setup from the mic'd up setup. That's a little shameless plug that I'm trying to throw in here. If you haven't seen the mic'd up or subscribed to mic'd up, do it now. 11 to 1 Mondays and Wednesdays. Sometimes on Fridays at Fred's when there's a home baseball game. But right now we're at the Jordy Culotta show. Jordy is at the beach. He's enjoying some R&R, relaxing.
What does that stand for? Rested relaxation?
Yeah. You knew exactly what that stood for.
He knew it.
Did you know it, or did you say like, you know what? I'm gonna ask, and then I really know it, and then it hits you, or did you know it and you
That's
just?
what
went,
happened. I thought about it a little bit,
Yeah,
and I was like,
knew.
oh, I think I know this one.
Yeah.
Then you couldn't stop yourself from asking the question.
No.
Yeah,
No, all right, ask first.
Yeah.
Get permission later.
Ask first. Get questions. What? Yeah.
Ask for
Something like
forgiveness,
that.
not permission.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yes.
That's the
That's
phrase
what
you're
I
going
did
with.
That's
when
your
I got
lesson of the
Henry.
day.
That's it. From Lloyd. Lessons from Lloyd. That should be a segment.
Lloyd's lessons.
Oh.
Wow.
I really like
I mean,
that.
I would just do the opposite.
Lessons from Lloyd. That, I
Yeah.
mean, that's definitely a Jordy Culotta segment show.
Absolutely.
Yes. I'll
Lessons
always
from
get
Lloyd.
lessons from Lloyd, like every night.
Lloyd's been coming.
Oh, wait.
That's
Not
right,
Whoa,
Katie.
whoa.
That's right.
Whoa.
That's right.
Whoa.
Happy birthday to
We're a little too early for
me.
this.
Happy birthday to
A
me.
little too early. That's how I was getting to
Talking
that.
and texting. Yes, by the way, let's do your birthday.
I was getting to
Tiny
that.
bucks.
Lloyd's birthday is tomorrow. It is my sister's birthday today, but we were celebrating Lloyd's
Birthday.
birthday tomorrow. He is turning 21.
That's right.
Yes.
Legal.
So finally legally to drink and release Met Up, all of that.
All of that. I
You can do
vote.
all of that now legally at 21. Congratulations.
Rent a car.
Everybody let's give a round of applause
Hey.
for Lloyd. Happy birthday.
I don't think I can rent a
Y'all
car.
want to do
25.
the birthday celebration now to start, or do y'all want to
wanna
wait?
do-
We
Or
want
do
to
you wanna
save
get-
the cake
you
for
wanna get
after the
warmed up?
Friday foodie.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
sing
Yeah,
after
we
the
just
next
we have
break.
we have it right in the middle. It's
I know.
good.
Can people even
Good
see
aesthetics.
the cake? I put it there, but I don't think you can even see it at all.
It's okay. We can see
You
it.
a little topper.
We can see it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters for us. We can see it. We got a big show today, though. We have LSU baseball's in Houston this weekend.
Juice box.
Big in the juice box and Minute Maid. I like that
Tiny
nickname.
box.
Why
Tiny
at the
box.
juice box?
Minute Maid Park.
Oh, okay,
Minute Maid
I get it,
Park,
I get it.
right?
Did you
like
make
that.
that up?
No.
Like,
I think
I
that's
I
the
feel-
name.
I don't want to. I can't take credit.
This is
for
a
that.
big-
I've heard it
Like that's
before.
a
That's a
league
big.
thing.
I never got to play on the road in a big league stadium when I was in college. So the fact that I think they've done this for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the Shriners Classic, which is awesome. You play good teams. You play against teams that you're not going to usually play. The regular season, you play Oklahoma. They play Oklahoma tonight. They play Texas tomorrow, and they play Baylor
Yeah, it's
Sunday
a big
night.
one.
So that's a pretty good. I mean, obviously, the Texas is the game that everybody's circling their calendars. Number one team in the country.
Yeah.
It's the top 5 team. But you have Oklahoma going. You're playing Oklahoma first tonight. Blake Money on the bump. Friday ace, kind of what we assumed was going to happen, right? Like I talked about it a little bit earlier in the week on my show. I know that y'all had probably talked about it here on the Jordy Culotta show, but
No.
y'all did not.
No, we haven't touched baseball yet.
Okay, well, good. Well, let's touch
We
it.
leave that
get
for
in
you,
there.
Mikey.
Let's caress the baseball.
Yeah, feel it, touch it.
Right? So I had talked a little bit about that because you don't want to change the rotation this early in the season, right? Like Blake Money's your Friday night guy. You don't want to move him to Saturday this early in the year just because you're playing a ranked team in Texas. Like you stay with the rotation. So Blake Money, as expected, is pitching on Friday. I don't think they've announced the Saturday night starter.
Wait, so is he the best?
He's
pitcher?
the best pitcher we have. He's
So
the best.
why not go against the number one team? Is that like why keep
Because
that rotation?
because it's so like, as much as people don't want to admit this, that game doesn't matter. It matters. It matters.
the
Like it's
Oklahoma game, the
the,
first
the
game.
Texas game.
Oh,
We're talking
the
about
Texas
game
game.
on Saturday, right?
Okay.
Like this weekend matters. Like
Right.
you want to win, you want to play well, you want to get better, but you want your Friday night guy to continue to find a rhythm getting into SEC play, because what matters is going in the SEC play, winning SEC games, and getting that's how you're gonna create your ranking.
Yeah.
And your regional host, postseason host, all of that stuff is going to happen within the SEC.
Okay.
So you want to be able to allow your Friday night guy to get comfortable and stay in his routine, keep him in that rotation, and then
And he'll always be the Friday night guy.
he'll always be the
that's
Friday night
plan.
guy. Now, obviously, now when the postseason happens, maybe that's when you start trying to tinker a little bit. But right now, this early in the year, it's his third week in the season. you don't mess with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a smart move. Oklahoma doesn't really swing the bat very well. I think I was reading they have a team cumulative average of 219, which is not very good. LSU, on the other hand, swings the shit out of it. Can't say that, damn it.
Yeah, you can. You're all good. This is your show today.
No,
your
no,
show.
it's 7:10. I'm sorry.
There's
I'm sorry. I'm
carpools.
gonna get
School's
better.
out. School's
We
out.
School's out.
We had a
Yeah.
conversation.
Kids are asleep.
Yeah, we're not. Don't take that one seriously.
I'm
I
taking
stood
it.
up for you.
I'm taking it a little serious.
Seriously.
But
For you.
yeah, I know he did. He did
did.
stand up for me. I had a
For
conversation
what?
with a very well-respected person that I trust, and
Okay.
and he loves my show. He just says that maybe I shouldn't curse as much.
People say that all the time, though,
On
about
my
our
show?
show. No, about our show.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
people
it's
say that.
fucking squares. I mean, get over it. It's a Friday.
Well,
Listen, okay, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna
they
do it.
have kids in the car early, so they're like, our kids are listening too. Can you cool it with the F-bombs?
Yeah, I'm not. Look, I'm not gonna do that. But
It was literally in the meeting. It was like the angel and the demon, and I was the demon.
and look, I will say this: Lloyd listened, and he was like, I could tell internally. He's like, should I say something or should I not say something? He's like, screw it, I'm gonna say something.
Because I respect this man too, and I was like,
Yeah.
I know he's probably right on some things, but eventually I'm gonna have to give some pushback here. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna say something, and I did. And then we had a little back and forth. It was good.
It was good. I appreciate you sticking
Sticking
up.
up, yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. That means a lot to me. But
We'll try to keep it clean.
yeah, we'll try to keep it clean. Especially for the first hour.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Any
Here we
clock,
go.
No
We'll
rules.
try.
okay, back to
Here we go.
Oklahoma.
Back to baseball.
Back to Oklahoma. They stink at hitting. They're 5-2 in the year. This is a game LSU should win. It's exciting for the guys to go out and play in Minute Maid. Minute Maid's a fun place to play. Left field, I can see Dylan Cruz hitting some balls onto the train tracks. So, have you ever been to Minute Maid Park?
No, like I've seen it, but I haven't been in
So,
there.
Minute Maid Park, you have the left field bleachers or left field stands. It's easy to hit a home run there. The ball
Okay.
travels the left field, but over the left field bleachers, like the top part of the area, there's a train track. And so then you get the trains, and it's a dome. It's a retractable roof, so you can open and close. And the dome has windows behind it, so you can hit the windows. That's a bomb. Hit the
Yeah.
windows, but the train tracks go around in front of the window. So you had a home run, the
cool.
train goes around.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. And so people try to hit the tracks all the
Yeah.
time, and it's all of that's in play. And I think Dylan Cruz has a chance to hit that a few times. I think the boys are going to be swinging it.
Will they have the train rolling? Do you think that they'll have all of the
I think they-
amenities?
I think
That's what I was about to ask.
I think
Will
they
they
will.
run
I
the
mean-
train like when they hit a home run? Will
I
they
mean,
run
they
the
might
train?
run the train after.
I mean, they got
Yeah.
to get her going. The season.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The season may not be going. The Astros may not be playing games there, so they got to.
I'd have some fun.
The conductor
Right.
loosened up.
They got to keep the caboose going a little bit. You know what I mean? But when I think about LSU Oklahoma, I think about the 2013 Super Regional, right? So LSU played Oklahoma at LSU in a Super Regional matchup in 2013. That's when they had Bregman, Aaron Nola. The team was. I think that's when they had like single-digit losses.
Yeah.
They're one of the best teams in the country. They were on a historic pace to have the best record in the history of college baseball. If they kept doing what they were doing, go to Omaha, win in Omaha, they would win the championship with single-digit losses, and I don't think anybody's ever done that.
Yeah.
And so they played Oklahoma, but Oklahoma had a guy, their ace was the number 3 overall draft pick in that class. So he's a big, tall righty, John Gray. Unbelievable. Got drafted by the Rockies, threw really hard. And that was like the big storyline going into the series was John Gray versus Aaron Nola. Because Aaron Nola was a first-round pick as well.
Yeah.
And Aaron Nola was drafted 7th overall. So you had the 3 overall pick versus 7th overall pick on a Friday night matchup in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and it was like the mecca of college baseball at the
Yeah, I
time.
bet.
And the game did not disappoint. Like it was a pitcher's duel. They did exactly what everybody thought was going to happen, and Aaron Nola outperformed John Gray. I think forgot who it was. There was a big hit. Somebody had a big hit off of John Gray, and LSU ended up winning. So when I think about LSU Oklahoma, I think about that series and how LSU ended up winning that game, and then once they won that game, they won Saturday game, and so they swept them. But it was was pretty intense.
Man, I want to go to Houston now. I think for the weekend.
That was
What's
pretty
that?
much.
I wanted to
Right?
go.
Like,
No.
are there still tickets?
We got
Like,
some
can you get
things. I got some things cooking on the back burner, so I can't leave town right now.
I know.
Yeah, I got a couple of
you
important
can't.
phone calls. Big
Yeah,
things.
I got some things cooking.
Something's happening.
Something's happening. I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's happening, and hopefully it's good. But go ahead, finish what you're gonna say. I cut you off. You're
I
talking
was
about-
going to say that Oklahoma series, that game 1 against Nola, that was the
that
that was
decided the
that was the
series.
deciding of the series. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I was going to say. Is it was 1 versus 1, and whoever wins that game probably rolls in, and Oklahoma probably sweeps LSU in the same way that LSU swept Oklahoma.
Yeah.
LSU won the second game 11-1.
Yeah, that, I mean, it
exactly.
took the wind out their sails,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And once that happened, once they're like, when your Friday night guy goes out there and you're a guy like Gray was and like Nola was, everything is on the line. Obviously, that's very obvious. But like in that series, like when you go back to the dugout on,
Yeah.
or Saturday, or go back to the park, like we just burned our ace.
Well,
we
that's-
got whoever throwing,
Yeah.
like we're toast.
That's the thing is when you are an inferior team. I mean, you're still good. You're in a super regional, like you're good. But LSU was a top overall seed, so they were the favorites. They were the better team. And when you're going on the road, especially in a place like Alex Box Stadium, and you are playing against a team that's better than you, that's supposed to beat you, but you have your ace up your sleeve is your ace on the mound, and you can't lose that game, right? Now, obviously, our ace was just as good as their ace, and it was a great game. But if you have to win that game as an underdog, like you have to win your Friday night game with your big dog on the mound. If
Yeah.
not, it's hard to come back. If you win that game, then there's this like jolt of energy within the team. It's like, oh, we can do this. We have 2 more games we just need to win one of the next 2. You get to Sunday, anything can happen,
Right.
whatever. And then, but Aaron pitched his ass off and LSU won.
2-0.
2-0.
Really?
He pitched 9 innings. Nola pitched 9 innings and
Go
Gray
look
pitched
at
7 1/3.
pull up Aaron Nola's numbers from that year.
Oh, he was nails.
I had friends on that team. They said that when I think he had a stretch where he threw 7 straight complete games, and he wasn't throwing a ton of pitches. He was Greg Maddoxing them every game, and the guys on the team would say when Aaron was pitching, we didn't put our cleats on. They would show up. The pitchers in the bullpen would show up in the dugout with no cleats on.
Really?
just wear the turfs.
Because just turfs. So hey, we're just gonna watch. Because Aaron was throwing complete game after complete. Nobody would pitch.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. That's how good he was.
That
it was
is pretty
crazy.
cool.
Now, obviously, they would put him in the dugout like if
Well, of
something
course,
happened.
yeah,
You know,
but,
but
if
like,
they call Dev, that phone rings, it's scramble mode. Like,
Yeah.
wait, oh shit, we
Yeah.
ain't going.
Oh shit, I don't have my
Yeah,
cleats.
yeah, he
You got cleats?
but they would not get loose. They would not. There's no worry in their mind. Aaron's got this.
Big seed day.
Crazy dude. His
Where's,
numbers are
Big
Big
unbelievable.
C day.
Where's John Gray now? Is he still around?
He's still in the big leagues.
He still
Yeah,
is.
he's still pitching in the big
Like,
leagues.
did
Yeah.
he make it? Like, is he good?
Oh yeah, he
He's
was.
still good?
He's gotten paid. He's got some money. Yeah, he got to free agency, I think, and now he got drafted by Colorado. So
Yeah.
Colorado's a tough place to play for a pitcher because the ball flies and
Oh, really? It's
You
that
know,
different?
Different air.
Yeah. That's
oh yeah, like
weird.
it's
Way different.
so the air.
A whole lot of different air out
The
there.
air in Colorado is so thin.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's so dry and thin that
Yeah.
elevation, all that stuff. That breaking balls don't spin as tight, so they
That's
don't
so
break as
weird.
much, and so you hang breaking balls more, which get hit harder.
Yeah.
And then the balls carry further.
I never thought about things like that.
It's
Like when you were talking
crazy.
about bats yesterday to the guy in our meeting about how they expand and shrink in different weather. I was like,
You
I
didn't-
was
Shrink
like,
it.
Well, yeah, you didn't know that?
what? No, why would I know that?
I mean, I don't
It's
know.
like
Probably
basic human anatomy, Katie.
Like think about like
I know,
just think about
but
your
I never
house.
thought about that.
Yeah.
I never thought about bats doing that.
Think about your house in the winter time.
Oh, I know what you thought about.
In the
that.
wintertime, like the house sets a little bit, and like the wood, you can
100%,
see
yeah.
like some of the crown molding separating more
Yeah.
because it's what, and then it gets, and then in the summertime it swells up because it's hotter and
Yeah.
more humid, and so that's kind of same kind of thing with wood
Yeah,
bats.
I
You know,
just
but
never
yeah,
thought about that.
it's crazy.
I don't have a
It's
lot of
crazy.
interaction with wooden bats, so
Mikey, you asked me to pull up Nola's stats from his last season at LSU.
No, 2013.
2013.
Yeah, his last year was 2014,
All
right?
Yeah. 2013, he had 22 earned runs and 122 strikeouts, which is ridiculous.
And how many? What was his ERA?
His ERA was 1.57.
Yep. And how many complete games? CGs. 5 complete games. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
That's
that's
unreal.
17 starts, 5 complete games.
That's unreal.
12-1 win-loss record.
1.5 ERA.
With a loss?
I
I don't know how he lost.
How did that happen?
I don't know where he lost. I think it was like one of those like a 1-0, 2-0 game. You know, like because Nola, when Nola would give up a run, he'd give up like a solo homer. That's
Yeah.
how he'd give up the run, right? Someone would run into one of his fastballs and hit a home run, but
Mark Laird had the big day, 3 for 4.
there it is,
And then Tyler Moore got the big hit.
the big hit.
Yeah.
You guys see it? I remember. I
Yeah.
don't remember
And
exactly.
Guess who scored? Pinch runner.
Oh man,
Yeah,
2013.
your boy.
It's your boy. You know him.
Your boy.
I know him.
Yep.
Know
Jared
him.
Foster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jerry was out there running around.
There it is.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Scored a run, got the
Jerry made
shoved
one
it
of
out.
the sickest catches I've ever seen at Texas
Ever.
A&M.
Oh yeah.
Texas A&M.
That's probably the sickest catch I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean he flew.
Yeah.
He was in the air. He was flying. Hey, are y'all into?
These people really think I'm 21.
How old are you? Is this 30?
I'm
He's
30.
The big 3-0. This is a big one for you.
Lloyd?
Why?
Guys, big 3-0.
I don't know.
3-0,
because
it's a
new-
landmark.
It's
Yeah.
a
It's a
milestone.
It's a new
So I hear.
See, I don't think of it like that.
No, that's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah. It's just another day.
Boy,
Don't
my
overthink
3-0 was an A&M game. Texas A&M LSU game.
How'd you play?
No. Remember we talked about this. I don't get to play.
November. He didn't get
Yeah.
to play.
He doesn't get to
Yeah,
play.
my 3-0. I was playing their football game. It was great. We had a big brunch at the house, and then we had a party bus take us to the game. Like I didn't need a
What
bunch
year
of
was
stuff.
this?
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. There's a lot of drama that happened afterwards because that wasn't my fault or anybody else's fault. It was just a very unfortunate situation.
Why?
Is that 2019?
Like personal drama or like
Ex-girlfriend showed up.
Oh,
Ooh.
God.
Hadn't seen her in
At
6
your
years.
birthday?
No, at the walk-ons after the game on
Okay.
my birthday, but
Okay.
she was there for the game. Hadn't seen her in 6 years, and then she went out of her way to like
She slithered.
make it awkward.
Really?
You just gonna
Yeah.
bring me a birthday gift for
not
my
good.
birthday?
It's not
For
good.
my birthday?
Oh.
We got through it though. It was good.
Good.
I did very good. I avoided all contact. I did. Yeah, it was great.
A lot of butt to butt.
Yeah, like, hey, because like we were a bunch of friends. Everybody knew each other, you know, from college and whatever. Because it's actually from college. Like, this is
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Right.
But
Sabotage.
whatever, it was not good. Do y'all care about the combine?
I like to watch it. Yeah. The way
Yeah.
are there fans there this year?
I
think there's fans there this year, and the scouts have already proclaimed like this needs to be a closed event. They're removing. I think they moved some woman from the stands. They removed her because she was being too loud. And it's like this is not a fan friendly event at all. Like they're
Yeah, but-
studying.
Yeah.
It's like showing up to an ACT prep course,
isn't
and
the-
pre-gaming it.
Isn't the? I mean, I guess the consensus, or not the consensus, but the feel and the growing feel among coaches is like they don't really care about the combine anymore. Like Sean McVay's on a yacht; he's not
Right.
even going
Yeah.
to the combine. You have a couple other coaches who aren't going to the combine who don't really care about it. Like they don't really get a true evaluation of your players because they're. It's like it's equivalent to baseball as like a showcase. You know, like
Right.
there's showcases in baseball, right? You have showcase players and you have gamers. Showcase players are, hey, this guy looks good hitting batting practice. This guy throws hard. He can run fast. But you put him in a game and nothing. He can't do anything. Same thing with the combine. Like you see these guys, like some guy is gonna go like some of these guys yesterday
Yeah.
he ran 4.2 something 40s.
Well, that
Yeah.
guy, like, it's certain players in the combine that, like, the tape matches their production on the grass whenever they're in shorts and shirt.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Chris Olave, the guy who ran
Yeah,
4.26
for
from Ohio
sure,
State.
but, like-
and the guy from Baylor. The guy from Baylor was their wide receiver 1 this season.
Right. I
Like, he
understand
had
that.
60 catches, 900 yards, and 10 touchdowns this season.
Yeah.
So the tape matches the production on the field. Like, it's everything matches, but, like, for some guys, like the combine, like McVay's not even at the combine, but it's important because you have guys who've been hurt, so you got to get the medical. Like, that's the big deal.
No,
with the
I agree.
combine.
I think there is some benefit to it, but I think as far as like the on-field stuff, like
Yeah,
oh, we're gonna watch these quarterbacks throw like throwing against air. If you stink against air, then you don't deserve to play. in the
Yeah, and I
NFL.
don't have to be there to see you stink.
Yeah, like,
and
that's-
I don't have to be there to see like I can watch it on tape. I don't
Yeah,
have to
and
actually.
all these guys apparently like the way that the combine is set up, these athletes, like, it's not set up
It's not
for the
set up
athlete.
for
It's
them
hard.
at
You have to
all.
wake up super early. You're there all day, and so a lot of these guys don't want to do the combine. They'd rather do their pro day instead. And you know, I don't disagree with them. I don't fault them for that. You know, I think there is some benefit. I think some guys go to the combine and get an opportunity to get drafted because they do show something, maybe went to a smaller school or something like that. But as far as like I just see too many teams get burned by drafting a guy because they saw him run really well on the turf. Like they saw him run really well at the combine. He performed well. He had all these good numbers. Like, damn, this guy, maybe we missed something on film. And they draft him, they give him all this money. Like, well, no, you didn't. Like, you saw what the film was like. Like, it didn't match up. Now, you have the guys that look really good on film. Hey, let's see what this guy really does. And they matches up. And like, you get the Chris Olaves and you get, the Davian Clowneys and all these freaks. But the guys that back into, like, some money, I don't know. Did y'all see Malik Willis throw the football, though?
Well, that's what the combine's for.
But
I know, but, like, that guy's
But, like,
bazooka,
that's
bro.
what... Like that, his tape matches like the arm strength shows.
Yeah, but people
on
knew
tape.
that. I didn't know that. Like, I think it was as a fan of like football, I didn't know Malik Willis had that much juice in his arm. I knew he was flying up draft boards. He was at Liberty. I knew he was a good talent. He was a great talent. He's probably gonna be a first round pick. But what?
Liberty.
Maybe we get a sponsorship. Maybe you just got a sponsorship for
I
Liberty.
don't know what they do, but I do know that.
Liberty Mutual,
I don't need that.
You may need some insurance. You probably should get some life insurance before you do something too dangerous to yourself and you
Now that
can't
you're
get
30.
it.
Is that a 30-year-old move?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting a 401k.
This is
You
30.
don't need kids or married. You don't need life insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
You're fine unless you want to give it to your parents.
Yeah.
You don't need life insurance. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're
I
good.
mean, what would they get?
I just got some life insurance.
Yeah.
I'm making big.
Does it make you feel
I'm
better about
married.
it?
I'm married.
You can start taking more chances now that you have life insurance?
Nope. But I was a very easy life insurance. Like it was a very easy pass for me.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it would be hard for me to get life insurance.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
No?
No, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't be like Along Came Polly?
No, it's not. You're not skydiving and jumping off of buildings.
I've been
and,
skydiving twice.
well, don't tell them
Don't-
that.
yeah,
Never
don't
been
tell them that.
skydiving.
Yeah.
They'll do
How
a
was that?
physical on you and stuff though, like take blood and all that. David just did it too again.
Well, we know what David
Did they
does.
do the finger? They had to do the
David, that's his favorite
colonoscopy.
part.
The what?
The
I don't
they
know.
have to
I
stick
didn't
his finger
ask
the
him
finger up
that.
there. Isn't that?
For life insurance?
Cough.
I mean, that's part of your physical. When you
Cough
get,
twice for me, please, sir.
no, when you get to a certain age, I didn't even have to
Did you
take.
get violated in
I
there?
didn't have to take a physical, but when you get to a certain age, like
Yeah.
that's part of the physical.
No, I don't know. This is like he had life insurance already.
How old's
And this
David?
is like a 41.
Oh, he already had it.
This is like another policy.
He's
or
31?
something?
But
41.
prostate, like the
Cradle
prostate
robber.
stuff, like that's you have to get your prostate checked at I
I
think
think
at 40.
you do at a certain age. No, I would have known if
I
he
think
did
it's at
that
40.
already.
I think it's at 40. I think.
Hey, what if you never
David,
told
have you had your
He's gonna,
prostate?
he's gonna get you doing it.
American Pie, did I say 2 fingers? Better make it 3.
He's gonna get you try to do it.
Hey, David, I'll do it if you know what I'm doing. Everybody has a price.
He's sitting there listening to this with Sophie right
Yeah.
now on the way to driver's ed. Like, oh God, please stop.
What,
Is she a good driver?
She is a good driver. Yeah, today's
Are you
her
a good
last
driver?
day. No, he said it's Sophie.
I know, but are you a good driver?
I am a good driver.
Okay.
I've never
I
had
think
an
it runs. I think it's
accident
a
that I've
trait that runs in the family. Like, if you're a bad driver, your kid would see like how you drove,
Yeah.
and then she become a bad driver.
Probably.
You become a driver.
I think it is. It's
I'm
definitely
an
a trait.
impatient driver.
Me too. I have road rage. So
I'm a
they
very
do see
impatient
that.
driver.
See,
My
I'm the
wife would
opposite.
say.
I'm like,
My
get
wife would
out of
say.
the left lane.
Well, yeah, but you seem like you're very I'm relaxed driver.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going, so I can never be in a hurry.
Oh.
I have to look at my phone too
If you're
much.
always lost,
Okay.
you're never lost, Lloyd.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All roads lead to somewhere.
That's right.
That's right.
Keep the cliches going. What else you got?
I like
I
that.
heard one the other. Oh, sports are all about the journey. I heard that
That's
today,
it.
and that really did hit home.
That is true, though.
Yeah,
It is about the
That
journey.
is true. You have to
Enjoy
appreciate
it.
the journey.
I think that's just life too, right? Just it's all about.
That's
the
why.
journey
That's why
is the
sports is such a
same.
microcosm of life.
Sports like teach you so much about life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't really, when you start watching, when you get to my age at 30, sports don't.
Get to my
The wins and
age.
losses.
you get to my
back in
age,
my
Mike.
day, like the wins and losses.
I had to walk 5 miles uphill both ways to school.
Driver's ed. Hell, they just gave me the keys.
Driver's ed is different now.
I know.
Like,
driver said when
a
I
coach
driver's
at
ed.
school did mine, right?
Driver's ed sucked when I was.
Bro,
it sucked. I had to go to class. I didn't go.
Yeah, I had to go to
school.
class
That's
too.
what they're doing, and it costs like $650.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like,
Then they show you all the wrecks, and it's like,
yeah,
oh,
Sophie
no.
said that yesterday. She's like, I'm scared to death. They show like
Yeah, that's what
texting
they
and
do. They
driving, which
scare
is
you.
great,
Yeah,
and
see,
drinking and
they
driving.
didn't
and
show
it's
us that.
awful.
It's like
But they
6-hour
showed us
days
that,
for the
like,
weekends. It's like,
They
get
had like
me out
a
of
skit
here.
Yeah,
at
and
a
then
I know how to
school
drive.
for like drunk driving during
Yes.
like prime time.
Yeah.
We had that too.
Like,
They
All right,
brought
bro,
a
like,
car
I'm not
out on the
gonna drink
football
and drive.
field to show us.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
a
the
wrecked
wreckage.
car and caught it on fire.
Yeah, they.
Hell of a show.
I know.
Was there a person in there?
No.
The guy,
What
the
be
guy
realistic
that,
then?
the guy
The
that died
dummies.
now is
Yeah.
one of my
The
classmates.
cash dummies that they use.
And like the other guy that was driving is like my cousin. So like it was like the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, wow. And he couldn't come to school after that. Like after they did the skit, like they made it seem real. I
Like
guess
he really
Oh, it
died.
like he really
PTSD'd him?
died.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're really getting to y'all.
Yeah, I was like, bro,
Interesting.
I know he's gonna be at school tomorrow, so like,
Yeah.
he ain't dead.
I texted him asking where you at.
Like you straight, bro.
Hey, I'm looking at the document that you so elegantly wrote
Thank you.
and prepared for us.
I'll give him a little sneak peek. Look at that. Woo.
Look at this. Look at this.
That's all you
Don't
see.
show our
MLB Network.
secrets.
MLB Network.
That
Doesn't
probably
really
just blew people's minds. Like, they prepare for this
we,
show.
hey, we prep. Believe it or not, we prep. We tried to prep. We
Yeah,
pretend
we
like we
did.
prep.
4:30 in the morning.
M-
Throw some stuff in there.
Yeah. MLB Network, they have nothing else to do, which is good. But
now.
college baseball is going to be in the forefront of baseball right now because they have nothing else. So they are televising all the games this weekend from Minute Maid Park. That's fun.
That is weird.
Shout out to
That's
MLB
great. Like, it's
Network.
going to be good coverage. You're going to have people. You're going to have like actual like MLB commentators commentating.
Oh, do you think so?
I would assume
What would it have been on if not for MLB Network?
SEC Network or
I think it was on AT&T something.
Yeah, it says
Like,
AT&T Sports Southwest. Like probably where Houston.
Like the local affiliate.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think I guess we could get Houston. I don't know. I'm trying
I used to
figure out
get
how we wanna
the
watch
Astros games all the time when I was little.
it.
When I was younger, little.
Braves, Astros, Cubs.
Well, Braves was TBS. I mean TBS, WGN.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Which one?
the regional like Fox Sports was Houston.
I know which one hooked you.
Oh, TBS.
TBS, your Braves.
Yeah.
See, that was WGN.
It was
That's how
Morgan. Who was the
Chip Carey.
No, not for you say Jim Carrey?
I said Chip.
Chip
Oh.
Kelly.
No, it wasn't
Son
Chip
of-
Carey. It was
What's his name?
Morgan.
Harry
It was the TBS people were Morgan and I forget who the other one.
See, I didn't watch TBS. I just know
That's true.
WGN. I just
That's
had,
true.
It was
Oh.
Harry Carey's son, Chip Carey.
Harry Carey. Give me the Harry Carey.
If the numerator spare ribs would eat it then, I know I would. Get back to the game.
Harry Carey's the
That's
best.
good, Lloyd.
That was
thank
great.
you.
That was good.
You do a great Harry Carey.
Yeah, I used to
Dude.
do it in the like big shagging balls in the outfield. Harry Carey would come out all the time.
You had shaggy balls.
No, shagging balls in the outfield.
Shaggy balls.
Saggy now, 30.
Let's get down there.
My balls, they're just a little saggy. All right.
This SNL skit with Will Ferrell and,
Oh,
and
it's
Harry
so
Carey is
good.
so
Yes,
good.
that was so
God,
good.
it's so good. So good.
Wait, can we go back to the combine?
Yeah,
We-
yeah, I was
or
about
is
to
it-
get there.
I want to know about the Kenny Pickett's hands.
The hands.
why is
He
this
just
the
has
biggest
tiny
deal ever?
hands. He can't do anything.
That's
with
tiny,
his
that's
tiny
small
Eight and a
hands,
half
guys.
inches.
I
I've
think of the
never
Burger
measured
King. I think of the Burger
anyone's
King
hands.
commercial.
He
Yeah, that guy
he
has
has
small
the
hands.
smallest hands.
I don't know what to do with these small hands.
I don't know what to do with these
Y'all
tiny
know I have a
hands.
small hand issue. We've been through
Look,
this
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know my hands. Like, I don't think I have small. I have
You
big
don't have
hands.
small hands,
Yeah,
Mike.
no, you
But
don't have small hands.
but this is comparing it to like monsters on the
Yeah.
field, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what the average like man hand size is.
I don't
You know what I mean?
either.
So like, if he shook
Apparently
your,
not 8.5 inches.
if Kenny Pickett shook your hand, would you think he had small hands? You know what I mean?
You know I would. And I bet he has that weak ass handshake.
Wow. She's just
Katie's putting him
disrespecting
off
the
the
man.
draft
That-
board.
she-
She's a
Katie
GM.
does not
Katie's
like
like,
Kenny
the
Pickett.
tiny
Kenny
hands
Pickett's out.
They're out.
Saints don't draft Kenny Pickett because Katie said he stinks.
Cannot shake
Small
that guy's
hands.
hand.
He's a glove guy. He's a two glove guy.
Has
Two
to be.
glove guy.
How are
No,
you?
he is.
How are you a quarterback with that small of hands?
But there's other people that maybe that Taysom Hill. That's why he fumbles a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there. The
Now Joe Burrow had 9-inch hands.
9
He was
inch.
smaller.
Smallest. The small.
hands.
Joe Burrow had the smallest.
In that draft.
And like
Really?
he was like
know
the
that.
smallest.
In that
most
draft. But
recent,
9 inch.
yeah.
They're not. It's not like it's.
9 inches is a lot.
9 inches is.
Where are we measuring from? Like
I think you
here to
measure
the
from
top
the,
of the
the
middle?
palm
No,
to.
it goes thumb to tip.
So thumb
Oh.
the pinky, yeah.
So you have big hands.
I think.
But it's just
Yeah.
it's just your throwing hand. Like they only do the throwing hand.
Duh.
Well, I don't know, but I'm saying like
The other hand don't matter.
they do.
surely
it
they're
very-
both-
Unless
the
you're
same
Jay Mitch, you
size.
can throw both hands.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or the big guy from Kentucky. Who's the big Jared Lorenzen.
The hefty lefty could go right. Rest
Both
in peace.
hands. Yeah, rest in
Silence.
peace.
Rest in peace.
You don't know the hefty lefty, huh?
I don't. Who's that?
You don't know about the hefty lefty?
What?
Okay.
All right, we're back.
Moment of silence for he passed away.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were
when? Like
keeping the moment of
recently?
silence, yeah.
A couple years ago.
Well, who is it?
Jared
Jared
Lorenzen.
Lorenzen, he was a big fat guy, played quarterback, like 300 pounds.
Bury him, Jesus. He's barely in the grave.
Why do you think he got the next name Hefty Lefty? He's a great guy, awesome, but he played at Kentucky, and he was actually a good quarterback. He could throw with both hands though, and he could move pretty well for a 300-pound guy, but he was a quarterback.
Like
300 pounds.
When did he play?
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Okay.
He could. And I wish you killed
Number
him.
22.
Yep.
That was his number.
I didn't even know
The
that.
original guy. This is him.
Jeez.
That's him.
He is large.
First guy to rock the sleeve that I remember.
Yeah, with the sleeve with the wristband.
With the
The
wristband.
sleeve with the wrist, the sleeve with the wristband.
Swag.
The rib protector is like not even
Oh,
strapped.
dude, that's more of a corset trying to hold him together.
How did he die?
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't know
really?
that.
He
You don't
was
even know?
definitely overweight. Like he
You think that's
He
why he
continued
battled,
died?
like he got fatter.
he continued to struggle with his weight.
No, that's sad.
What LSU guys are in the combine?
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Damon Clark.
I can't wait to see. I mean, look, I'm doing this as a fan. I'm talking about, this is me talking as a fan. Earlier I was talking like coaching for coaching purposes. I'm talking about fan purposes right now. I can't wait to see him go to the combine because I think he's going to
Dominate.
put up some stupid numbers. As a coach, like the only thing I need to see about Damon Clark is, man, this guy would go sideline to sideline. He made every single tackle, and if he touched you, you're going down. That's the only thing that mattered to me as a coach, because to me the most important thing for a linebacker, especially in this day and age in the NFL, is are you athletic enough to cover sideline to sideline, be able to cover the speedy slot guys or the tight ends now that split you out, one, and two, are you physical enough to tackle, and are you a good tackler? Right? I think he checks both of those boxes off, obviously, and I think he may sneak into the first round. I really do.
I think he definitely gets in the first round, especially after they see him run. This dude is 6'3", 240, and he's gonna run a 4.4.
And he looks the part.
Yeah, he definitely looks the part.
Monster. But it's gonna be interesting to see the quarterbacks go
I
in
think
this
we
draft.
need to measure our hands.
Do we have how do we have a
We have a
ruler?
ruler somewhere. I think Stewie left it in the bathroom.
Relax.
Wait, why am I
Relax.
Oh man.
We have a measuring tape.
I don't know. That may be an 8:00 call.
Do you know that there's a ruler on the iPhone and you could like
Did you know that
Why
there's
didn't you
a?
put your hands there, dude?
you could like
Did you know?
you look. I'm just
Did you
I'm just
know
saying.
there's a lady? I read this on. This was an article I read on Twitter from Barstool. There's a lady from Britain who is a mom.
Look at this guy.
Why'd you go a mom?
Just
Because this could be. I don't know why I did mom. A mom.
a mom.
She's a mom. She's tatted up, right?
Okay.
You can tell she's had some work done. She has tattoo of lines on her arm, and she said that's a ruler. She measures.
Dongs?
Yep.
Wow.
He does not.
Flaccid or hard?
I don't know.
Probably hard. I mean, why would you want to do
Before
a
and after.
flaccid?
So, I mean, as we saw last night.
She's like the plaster caster.
You could be a
from
grower in
the
a
70s. It was like this woman
Oh, no,
that
that's,
went around and measured. Like she was like a band follower. Like she did it with Kiss and other bands.
Who did this?
She was called the Plaster Caster. They wrote a song about her called Plaster Caster.
And she would
she
follow
would
bands
put
and
plaster
measure.
on
They're dongs.
and then like make a mold of it. Yeah.
Make a
Wow.
She had like
she
a whole
make a-
collection.
Wow. That what a
Yeah. And
crazy
they let her
person.
do it.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Yeah, this is real.
It's I mean, of course it's real.
What a crazy person that is. That
Sex
reminds me of
addict
the,
I know,
We
right?
can show this.
no, we can't show that.
sex addict.
That reminds me of the neighbor, that movie
Tiny
Neighbors.
box.
Neighbors.
Neighbors.
Tiny
That's what
box.
the
Yes.
fraternity did
Yeah,
to get
Yes.
some
they
money.
did.
That's right.
Sold them.
I've seen guys put like the measure, like the ruler on their leg to measure fish. Like they're real big into fishing and like competitive fishing.
Like they
so,
tattoo the ruler. on their
so they
leg.
know which ones they can like
Oh,
keep.
that's so dumb.
and which ones to
I mean,
throw
just
out.
bring a damn tape
They don't have
measure.
time. You gotta.
Gotta get that thing. I gotta measure
They
that
don't
thing
have
right
time- they
now,
don't have time
man.
to go get that tattooed on their leg.
Yeah, it's
Come
off
on.
day, and then you just measure it, throw it back, or keep it.
Do we have any faith in LSU basketball?
Does LSU have any faith in LSU basketball?
I think they do. I mean, look, they played well yesterday.
2 days.
2 days ago. Not yesterday. 2 days ago. They played well 2 days ago. They should have won that game, I think. But going into Arkansas, I mean, Arkansas is going to be a top 3 seed in the tournament, I think. You know, and going into Arkansas is a tough place to play.
Yeah, it is.
I think
Well, they passed all of those tests. It was the ability to finish at home whenever. I mean, in an away game at Bud Walton.
Right. They failed that one.
They did all the hard parts.
Yep.
And then when you do that, it's like studying for a test. You studied, feel like you did well, then you get your test back like F. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like you got to pick all your books up and go back to class the next day.
Jack.
And that's what I would ask you. Like, you've obviously played.
Yep.
I've
played. I've dabbled.
Yeah, dabbled. Have you like? Is this a moment for like the coach, manager, whatever, like where you're leaning on him to be able to pick the boys back up, or is it more team get together and like, all right?
I think it's more team get together. I think at this point in the year, the coach can only do so much of like motivating you. Like if you're not motivated by what happened on Wednesday, hey, we had this game won. We were winning this game. We had some bonehead plays. We had some bad fouls. I don't care about the refs. Stop talking about the referees. That's not going to change. Obviously, it's not going to change. So nobody feels sorry for us. Nobody feels sorry that we're getting ticky-tack calls. And, like, yeah, it stinks. The refs aren't good. They haven't been good, but they haven't been good all year. So that's out of the way. Like, that's should not be an excuse anymore. Fans can get mad about that, but on-court play should not affect you. Now, what should affect you and what should get the guys upset and motivated to play better is, hey, stop having fouls 96 feet away from the basket. I know 96 feet is impossible because you're out of bounds, but that's what it feels like. You're fouling guys on the other side of the court going this way. Like, stop getting cheap fouls because at the end of the game, when you need your best player, he needs to be on the court. Right? I'm not blaming Tari. I'm not blaming, but you know that the refs are calling ticky-tack fouls on you regardless. So let's not give them an opportunity to do it on the other side of the court. You know, that give yourself an opportunity. If you're going to foul, if they're going to call these fouls, make the foul happen when you're in the middle of the play, right? And don't make it happen when you're 94 feet away from the goal.
Well, we had my boy Hayes on, who works for Arkansas, and Jordy asked him, he's like, what do you do with Tari Easton? You go, you try to foul him out. Like, that's the strategy to get Tari Easton out the game because nobody knows how to stop him. Even when he's not shooting well, you saw him put it off the glass, get it back.
He took the game over.
He took the game over.
He took that game over at the end of the game, and then he got fouled out. I'm like, their guy got fouled out. Which, by the way,
this guy,
he should have been fouled out
first half.
All three charges are all three blocks. They were blocks. He didn't have one charge that was a legitimate charge in the game. They're all blocks. The block charge foul.
Big charge.
I mean, he leads the nation in charges.
He's got the rep as the charge. He has to charge.
The block charge call in college basketball is terrible. They don't know how to do it. They don't know what they're doing. Like you can't call a charge on a guy who's sliding his feet under a guy who's in the air. It doesn't work. That's not a charge. It's a block. You have to be set there in his position to get the charge, and he wasn't. But he got fouled out. He should have been fouled out way earlier. He got fouled out. So I'm thinking, okay, now we have a good opportunity. Like this is the chance that we needed. That was the guy, because JD Note, like we held him pretty much in check for most of the game, right? He didn't have a JD Note game. So then you go and you get their best player at the time foul out. I'm like, this is it. We're gonna win. And you look at LSU's lineup and go, man, 7 guys in the LSU lineup feel like had 4 fouls. So the next guy was gonna foul out, and you said the one guy who couldn't foul out was Tari Easton. Because he was the one dominating the game, taking the game over, and now their big man fouled out. Now they have nobody to be able to guard him, and he fouls out on a foul, which I don't think it should have been a foul, but he fouls out.
There we are. And then a lot of what like you talked about being 94 feet away from the basket, a lot of those fouls are whenever it's after a miss or after something.
That's what I mean.
It's a frustration foul.
That's what I mean. It's a frustration foul. That's what I'm saying.
You can wrangle those in, boys. You don't have to go get the ball again. That's what you do at the park.
If you get a foul 94 feet away from the basket because you're trying to trap a guy and you have a guy okay, I can maybe accept that one. But if you go ahead and you miss a bunny at the rim and you're frustrated and you're trying to get the ball I can't accept that. Like that's too many of those are happening.
And it's a trend.
I get that we're aggressive.
It's a trend, though.
I get it.
It's a trend with this team. Like after they miss, they get aggressive on defense and
they try to get the ball back.
Petty fouls.
But there's a difference between being aggressive on defense and being reckless on defense. Being aggressive is like, all right, I missed it. I'm gonna go play hard defense. It's different. That's different than I missed it. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get the ball out of his hand now, and now the guy moves. He moves, and now you hit him on the wrist, and now it's a foul. Like the referees see that. They know that's what you try to do. They're gonna make those calls, and it's not going to be favorable for LSU, and it hasn't been. Now they go to Alabama this weekend.
That's gonna be tough,
right? Is it
Wait,
at
is it-
No,
Alabama?
it's at home. It's at home.
Is it at
It's
home?
from 11 a.m. at home.
11
That's
a.m.
right.
at home. Sorry,
Yeah.
not to Alabama. At home. Senior day.
Senior day.
Senior day.
Oh, is it really?
Big Darius Days
Senior
day.
day.
Yeah, big Darius Days day. He had a
DD.
good game on Wednesday.
Double D's.
Did.
Who was it?
17? 19?
I think maybe more. Yeah, 19. I think. But he was getting to. I mean, he was shooting from the outside well.
He's
But
doing what you like.
I love when he takes the ball. He took a ball.
19.
He had a ball on the baseline in the corner. He doesn't settle for the three. He takes the ball down to the baseline. The guys come in to trap him. He spins through the trap and finishes at the rim. I'm like, that makes him so good because he's so physical and he's such a big guy. To be able to do that, to be able to have him and Tari Eason be able to do that's huge. That helps us out a lot, especially when the offense starts to stall on the half court, and it's just, I don't know. I like seeing him do that. He balled out. Senior day for him on Saturday. Senior day for Pinson. I don't know who else we have as seniors. I don't know.
I think that's the only two.
Oh, really?
That's a
Because Wilkinson's just a sophomore. Efton Reed's a freshman. Brandon Murray's a freshman.
Yeah.
Eric Gaines is a sophomore.
Eason
Eason is a sophomore.
LSU is gonna be good next year, boys.
Yeah.
Sharif's like a junior.
Everybody's coming
But
back.
he's probably coming back, and then Justice Williams is the only other guy that plays, and he's a freshman. He's supposed to be in high school.
But this is a big game.
That's weird.
Big game for us. So we're 8-9 or 9-10 in conference, whatever we
8-9.
are. 8-9, right? 8-9 in conference. You win this, you go 500 in conference play. You beat an Alabama team who's good. It's going to be a good quality win. This is good for seeding in the tournament, and you put yourself in a position in the SEC tournament to go maybe one or two games and help your seeding there. So it's 11 a.m. game. That's early. I don't think I'm going to be physically at the game. I think I'm going to be making some brunch at my house.
Nice.
Some hash browns and some breakfast sandwiches.
Nice.
Maybe I guess y'all come over. Hang on.
Oh, hey, well, birthday
On his
breakfast.
birthday.
Oh, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
I
I
would
don't
love
think.
that. No, I would love that.
A little B-Day breakfast.
You have a guest room? I'll just come over Friday.
I do have a guest room. You can stay. You can stay over tonight. Today's Friday.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to.
Wait,
We're
in the
doing.
Sleepover.
morning. Yeah.
We're doing crawfish.
Get Jerry over there.
Yeah, we can make a little thing. I have a little crawfish in the neighborhood. They come. I have crawfish today and tomorrow. I have to go to
You
Lafayette.
crawfish last week too, didn't you?
Like
It's
you're
crawfish
boiling?
season. I'm not boiling.
Okay.
I'm not the boiler.
It's like a neighborhood thing? Party?
Yeah, so our friends are hosting us to have some crawfish. We did. My father-in-law and my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law does so my father-in-law hosts us at his office because he has all the equipment and stuff there. I know you're very sketchy about the office.
It's not an office.
It's an office. he does the storage, but it's a
the
storage unit, but
boondocks
his
somewhere.
office. He does a lot of. He does he works on boats. He does a lot of cabin
Fever?
cabinetry work. Is that
Yeah,
how
That's
you-
where
Cabinetry.
Jordy is right now.
Yeah, cabinets.
Tied up there.
He makes
somewhere.
cabinets, and he does. So that's whatever.
Millwork.
But
Did you help us get the
oops,
get the
keep hitting this
couch?
damn table.
No,
No, he wasn't here
He
for that.
wasn't
He
with
wasn't here
us?
for that.
wasn't
Noah?
there yet.
It was me,
Jack?
you, Noah, and
And-
Jack.
When
And
was Ron
Bruce.
there? Ron?
Maybe Ron. Maybe Ron.
the Don
That's
made the
when.
trip.
That's when.
Ron
That's when it
Dowd.
rained.
That's when
on
Lloyd
it.
was laying out
Yes.
on the couch in the back,
Back of the
back
truck.
of the truck.
Yeah. It's all
Wow.
about the journey.
It's all about the
But we
journey.
did crawfish there. My brother, Andrew Simon, my brother-in-law, loves to. He's a good boiler. He does the crabs and the crawfish for us and does all that. I'm more of the grill, on the stove oven guy. I do that. Like that's like when they come to my house, I grill. I do all that stuff. They love that. When I go there,
They boil.
he does the boil. I'll clean the pots and stuff after. I'll help.
That's nice.
That's my contribution. I bring
your
some
deed.
beer.
Okay.
I bring the personality.
Hey,
I bring the personality.
Blue guy.
Bring your personality.
Big blue guy.
Yeah.
But
Do you put away crawfish? Like, are you big into it?
yeah, it's more of the social thing for me. Like
Yeah.
crawfish doesn't fill me up.
No, it
Never.
doesn't.
I can eat a whole sack of crawfish and it's not gonna fill me up. You know what I mean? I get tired of peeling it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like y'all seen me eat. I put down some food.
Yeah, you do.
Dude, he sat down at that table when those sandwiches were still there, and he put on his game face.
I saw
dude. He
him.
was just
I
like,
saw him. I was
I hadn't
right
eaten
there.
all day. Okay, I saw.
It
Every
was so
sandwich.
serious.
it was,
problem
he was
is-
just about to
Where
play
am I
a
gonna
baseball
start?
game.
My problem is I don't eat. Like I work out in the mornings. I come here and I get so like, and then about 2 o'clock, I'm like, damn, I hadn't eaten yet. And so then I was like, I finally felt. So then I had some downtime and I sat down. And I was like,
Wow, this sandwich
what do I
is
want?
good.
And I'm like, okay, this is what I want. And then I saw the roast beef, and I like the roast beef, and I ate it. You know, I ate it. But yeah, we got crawfish, whatever.
funny.
So we'll figure it out. I'll make you some breakfast. Birthday breakfast.
That's
Like
sweet.
through-
Some mimosas
Yeah.
and stuff.
Maybe play, I don't
Take
know.
your gift basket with
I
you.
will. I'm about to crack that whistle pick
Saturday's gonna be big because you got the 11 o'clock LSU game. Then you got the LSU baseball game at 3.
now. Oh, what
Yeah.
a day.
What a day! And then I gotta drive to Lafayette.
Oh,
Ooh, pick up that banner.
Oh, I could, yeah, dude. And the hat, the mic'd up hats, and the mic'd up bags that I got embroidered. I'm getting koozies made for the
parade.
For the parade.
I know. I need some to throw out.
yeah. I think I've decided I'm doing mic'd up on the koozie, on the front part, and on the other side of it, it's gonna be no lucks given.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that was
I
Allie's
like
idea.
that.
Oh, I like that.
Very cute.
And
I was about to say.
for
I was
the
like,
yeah,
your idea.
no, that was
I
Allie's
like,
idea. And then for the U, she said put the clover, the 4-leaf clover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
So, like,
that's a brand you got to watch out.
What's a
Lucky
brand?
You or something. It's like a golf thing.
He said
Like
no
make your
lucks
own.
given.
I know, but I'm just saying somebody might have taken
No, like I'm talking about like the
4-leaf clover.
Might have a little copyright,
Like this.
a little,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
show
make
you.
the clover look
little
different.
trademark
Like
infringement.
this.
Notre Dame maybe might have that.
Yeah. You can make the clover look
0
different,
lucks
though.
given, like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not. Oh, okay. This is for.
The koozie.
Okay, this
Just
is
throwing
like.
koozie
Yeah,
out for-
this isn't. Like.
I'm not
mic'd
selling
up,
this.
yeah,
Do
is
you
a
work
mic'd
for
up
the St.
official
Patrick's Day
branding.
Parade Association?
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I
Jesus,
thought
guy.
he was trying to.
Jeez.
I
St.
thought he was
Patrick's
trying to do
Police
this
right
like.
here.
No.
I wasn't paying attention.
Unfun.
I thought he was trying to do this like as part of his brand, and I was like, Mikey, we need to talk
Oh.
about
Hold on,
this.
Mikey.
For like,
no.
Relax, relax.
This is for getting people out there to know about the
just,
show.
yeah, this is just for
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
That's perfect. It's perfect.
You
It's
idiot.
perfect. Yeah, I wasn't listening. I was looking
You're
for
gonna be on it
lines.
too. Maybe I can give you some.
I know. That's
I'm
what I
getting
just
frisbees
said.
made too.
Oh, I love doing the
Yeah,
frisbees.
frisbee. Mom was like, you just throw some frisbees out there.
Yeah. That's
Because
the
it's-
most fun. People
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Game tomorrow's at 7. Baseball.
7
I
Baseball.
think you're
games-
wrong.
Baseball games
Put it
at 7
in the
p.m. I'm
schedule.
looking at the schedule right now.
on Saturday night.
I thought it said.
Oklahoma's at 3 today.
Oh,
and then
3
Texas
today. That's
is
my
at
bad.
7 tomorrow, and then
Man, I
Sunday
don't know
at
if
7.
I
I'm
can
wrong.
get there by 3 today.
I'm wrong.
Well, you want to get there for the Texas game anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to be there for today. Then.
Why would Friday be at 3? I don't get that.
So they have, I think they have other games today. So it's probably like a 7 o'clock game tonight.
Is it a round robin tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Texas and
teams.
Baylor are probably playing at night, and LSU
Yeah.
got there early.
I think
draw.
Texas,
UCLA.
bro, we beat the crap out of Texas always. Texas hadn't beaten us in.
They beat you once.
We own
Yeah,
Texas.
but I'm talking about series. Like,
Series.
if you go, they haven't taken a series from us in.
And they were
Oh,
on
no.
the cover of the baseball game back in the day. You remember that?
I played it. Jay Mitchell's on the game. I played with him.
There you go.
They used to have a center fielder at LSU called Jared. What's his name?
Well, it would just be a
He was supposed to be a top guy. He wasn't very good.
Somebody posted like Jay Mitch's highlights on Instagram the other day, and I just like got caught in that being a kid
that
again.
vortex.
Right. I was like, wow, this dude is so good.
Looked great in a uniform.
He
He made that thing look so good.
Good,
Had a
strong handshake.
Nice high ass.
He's like
He's
yeah.
firm, dude.
He's
got,
firm. Yeah. Every
He's got no fat on him. I mean, he's got built-in shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always been like that. He's probably listening like, Jared, you're not fair.
Yeah.
He
He's
eats whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. And
Really?
he doesn't gain an ounce.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's a freak show.
Yeah. And he's so nice.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's great.
Great guy.
Yep.
Gotta find that
Normal
Jared
size
Mitchell signed
hands.
baseball somewhere. I'm gonna find
I think
it.
you could just get another one, dude. If you
Yeah,
just
you
wanted to
Relax,
replace it.
relax.
Really
This one's like it means something. All right,
Yeah, I was
all right.
10.
Yeah, I was 12, and like everybody's like Jared Mitchell's coming to the game. I'm like, bro, I got to be on my shit. I'm like the only black kid on the
Shoot,
team.
I'm glad you said that. I got to sign up baseball for an auction for tomorrow. Like, I get to
Right.
New Orleans.
On the road.
I got to get into New Orleans somehow.
Oh my God.
Kenny Powers.
I meant to send it, I have it signed. I meant to get it sent out, and I forgot. Oh, that's my cousin. I got to call him. I got to get it to him.
Just throw it there.
Yeah. Yeah. Just get a couple cut off.
Cover cutoffs.
Yeah.
Double
I
cut.
actually do need a third arm.
Are we still in a show? I feel like now it's like when we're just sitting around talking.
That's the
We
best
can take
part
a
of the
break.
show.
We can
Gone
take a
from
break.
St. Patrick's Day to random baseball.
We can take a little break and regather.
Reminding
our
you to
thoughts.
pick stuff up in Lafayette.
I know,
Like,
you
what are
reminded
y'all
me.
doing?
We need to regather our thoughts. That's why you're here. You keep us. You are the guiding light that we
I
need.
got into it. I fell into it too.
You
I'm
are
like,
the
we're
guiding
just
light that we
talking.
need. Sorry.
Probably
It's
supposed to be
Friday.
the producer job, but I was into the conversation.
It's
What are y'all
Foodie-
talking about? You can't use a 4-leaf clover on your merch.
It's Foodie Friday. We're talking sports. We're talking LSU. But this is the best part. This is the morning conversation about
right.
what sports are. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break. to regather our thoughts.
Light some candles.
Light
sing
some
to
candles.
Lloyd.
Sing Happy Birthday to Lloyd.
Drink some Whistle Pig.
And yeah, maybe drink some
shot,
morning
everybody.
whiskey.
Ooh,
Well,
I don't
morning.
know.
And
Apple
we'll be
light.
back with you.
I already did my yoga this morning, so I
Couple
it's all
minutes.
fair
Hot
game.
yoga? Hot yoga?
Hot yoga.
Ooh, I need
Yeah,
to get
Lloyd was
into
here
this.
early shower when I got here. That's
I
good.
gotta
You were
get.
in the shower?
I forgot a towel, so I used two
Stop.
shirts that I pulled out the cabinet.
Wow, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, this is 30.
This is 30. This is right where you need to be.
I feel
where
like
you
I
need to
need to
be.
bring towels.
I bring mine every time I shower.
Yeah.
I just figured we were.
Also,
stocked
you have
up.
a shirt hanging in that
I
bathroom still.
know. I need every time I walk in there, I scare a little
Yeah.
bit. I like see it, and I'm
I
like,
think I'm gonna put it
on.
on one morning and
You
just
should.
rock it around.
It's leather.
You're with me, Leather.
Right.
All right, we're going to take a break.
You sure?
30 second, 60 second, 90 second, who knows how long the break is. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back.
How long it takes me to get this thing cracked open?
Oh, you're
The Jordy Culotta Show is brought to you daily by Morales Roll-Offs. Morales Roll-Offs provides dumpster rentals for residential and commercial needs in Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. Morales has roll-off dumpsters ranging from 10 yards to 40 yards to accommodate all of your disposal needs. Search online, moralesrolloffs.com.
Papa Earl's, the fine spice, originating right down here in South Louisiana by our guy Mark Pop Norman. Developed it back in 2018 and won Amazon's Newcomer of the Year in 2019. They pride themselves in having 30% less salt and sodium than the leading brands at the same price point. You can find them locally. Look for Papa Earl's at Rouse's, Calandro's, Mathern's, High Neighbor, and more.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lloyd. Happy birthday to you. You didn't make a wish.
I did.
Hey, is it you?
That was a
making it
quick
in your head,
wish.
bro?
Yeah, I already knew what I was gonna do.
You're prepared in the document. You're prepared.
Yeah.
You had your document. Oh man.
What was your wish? What did you
You can't say it or it won't come true, right?
wish? I guess. Whatever.
That's true.
But don't you always want to know?
Yeah.
I
My
mean,
wish is
duh.
that picture I sent to our document last night.
Yeah.
That's a fake.
That's your wish. No, that's too much.
Too
Too
much?
aggressive. Yeah. Don't
That's-
make that be your
That's
wish.
fake. I'm telling you, that's a blessing
That's
and a
fake.
curse.
Has to be.
That shower wasn't even real. That was all fake.
It's a blessing and a curse. There's no way that works.
You have to lift in place.
There's a lot of issues with that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Too much of a good thing.
too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
Yep.
Too much of this. Little whistle pig.
Look at that. Get
is
you a little
not-
morning whiskey shot.
Yes.
Get you a little morning whiskey
Look
shot.
at it. Putting it back. Okay.
Easy work. Easy work.
You think LSU wins tomorrow?
Basketball or baseball?
Both.
Let's go clean
Both.
sweep for the birthday. The real birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
right,
okay.
right.
Yeah, so clean sweep. I might go to the basketball game.
Are you gonna bet?
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought you were coming to eat brunch at my house.
I was gonna do both. Brunch is like
Brunch
9
then
a.m.
basketball.
Brunch and best at B&B.
I'm not going to the basketball
Airbnb.
game. I'm not going to the basketball game. I don't think
You
so.
don't have to.
I don't think so. I think hopefully hopefully I have some stuff I have to get ready for at the house.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully. We don't know. That's a bunch of teasing out
Yeah.
here. Let's see, it could be good. I would love to drop it on Monday's show.
That
Walk
would be
off.
awesome.
That'd be a nice way to do it. I mean, that's how I would do it. That's how I would announce it.
Yeah,
So
you got
we'll
to
do.
dress the part.
Yeah.
You have to dress the part when we go to.
I don't know what that
Mississippi
means.
State.
What does that mean?
Like on Monday, would you wear
No.
No. It's not signing day.
No, it's
Been
just,
there, done that.
just
Just
a
me.
little?
I'll we'll figure it out. That'll be the team's job.
Yeah.
If we do that. I think we win. I think.
Oh, Boudreaux, thank you. $20.
Boom!
Super
There's my
chat.
bet.
There it is. There's your bet.
The
Nice.
parlay.
I think LSU wins. I think LSU wins both basketball games.
Not you.
I mean, hey, I didn't. Okay, so I did not. I did bet the over. I bet the LSU Arkansas game over a hit. What did not bet LSU? You
Got greedy.
the reason why we lost, I think.
Oh!
Wow.
You put the bad
demon
juju
on
on
me.
it. You did. You put the bad juju on it
Put that
because
knife in your leg, Ricky
you
Bobby.
knew it, and you knew it when you bet it. Lloyd texts me. He goes, "I just did a Mikey bet." I was like, "What do you mean you just did a Mikey bet?" He goes, "Well, I took LSU money line at halftime. I knew that I didn't need. I knew that."
No, it wasn't halftime. It was full game. The halftime was the previous game, wherever I took him at half.
Oh,
but the
that's
Mikey
right.
bet was right before the
That's
game.
right before the game. That's right.
Because
That's right.
Mikey always talks himself into LSU basketball. He'll be like, "I'm not touching it. Don't even think about it." And then 30 seconds later, "Fucking, I'm betting LSU." And he gets all fired up. And so I did the exact same thing. My buddy, who doesn't gamble a lot on LSU, like he likes them, but he has a very much more mature approach to LSU basketball.
Right, which you probably should.
Right, exactly. Any sport. And he hit me with the LSU money line. I was like, "Ooh, I love a field play from the guy." So whenever he texts me like an LSU bet, I always take it. He's like, "LSU money line." And I was like, "All right, I feel good about it." So I was riding with him, and then of course get the rug ripped out from under you right.
And
at the
Jack
last
did the
second.
opposite.
Yeah,
Jack
that's
did.
what
Jack went live bet money line Arkansas when they were down. So he got plus money and hit.
And,
guy.
and then
Yeah,
we
it was
had,
a big day for Jack.
We had the
Jackie.
Lakers in the first quarter yesterday.
Yeah, we had Lakers in the first quarter yesterday, and the
that got
Clippers.
torched.
Clippers went for a
9-0 run.
9-0 run.
to end the quarter.
The Lakers are terrible. Why did y'all even like?
No, it was first quarter.
But
First quarter,
still,
yeah.
they
Hey, look.
suck.
They were up.
when
nine.
our guy, which if you want good picks, now yesterday we weren't great, but if you want
Wonky.
good picks, our guy sends us great picks. If our guy sends us picks on
We're
the
taking
show,
them.
Oh,
and,
no,
he
like-
sends us a hockey pick, we're taking it.
Absolutely.
And if he sends us the first quarters or whatever, like if it's not full game picks, we're taking
them.
it. He's pretty nails with that.
He's so good at hockey. I took the wrong hockey bet because I was so excited to see it on. I had like two graphs pulled up, one from a previous day, and I was like, "Oh, Maple Leafs minus 120." I put it in. He's like, "That was from Monday," and so I bet him again on
Did they win?
Wednesday. I had no clue. I got to check, but I was so enthralled. I was like, "Oh, we got a hockey
Yeah.
pick."
Oh,
Put
yeah.
it in. Wrong day, wrong bet, wrong team. But we'll see. Right team, wrong day.
I may do a LSU parlay. Well, I don't know if you. I wonder if there's the baseball line's out. If there's a baseball line for the Texas.
This one
LSU
would be
game.
the perfect one.
This would be the
Big
weekend.
audience.
This would be the weekend to have one.
Absolutely. You
Mincy,
could parlay-
Ben Mintz, bro. You better have me a line on Barstool Sports. If not, this is it. My final straw. I keep teasing like I'm gonna leave the Barstool Sportsbook app, but I never do because I just don't want to put my account information to get the money out and redo it, and then it's just too much work. But every time I try to do something, it's like I need to get out of Barstool. But if Mintz comes with these college baseball picks, I don't know.
And now we're getting to the point where we know how to navigate it. We were like upset, it's like, where is everything? There's no search bar. Like, we need to tighten this thing up. And now
I struggle.
we
with it
were
sometimes.
like, we were on the phone. He's like, "Where's the first quarter line?" He's like, "Just slide over." He's like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah, we can't leave now."
Do y'all only do the Barstool app?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, but
I'm on
I
DraftKings.
have the FanDuel app. I
do
don't
FanDuel.
have. I want to take some money out of the Barstool and put it in the FanDuel app, or I really want to get the
Diversify
DraftKings.
your portfolio.
Yeah, I need to diversify my betting portfolio.
I'm
Expand the
only
money
DraftKings
around.
Person, then is that bad? Is that weird?
No,
No,
no.
DraftKings is good. You have
we are-
DraftKings? Have you been doing? Have you been betting?
Yeah, I bet on the Super Bowl and then
Okay, but that's
another
a
game
long
before
time
that.
ago.
I think she's
No,
doing
I haven't
it.
bet
AFC
since then.
championship.
You have?
I haven't bet since then.
Oh, we need to get you on
Well,
this.
I don't know how. I
Okay.
don't know enough. I keep telling y'all
I know.
to teach me more.
I know. Well, we need to do this.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, we have a group
when we
chat
have
together
our
now.
when we have our bonding,
Our team bonding.
Yeah.
our team bonding. we'll do
Kumbaya.
it.
That seems like a great time to teach me how to
Yeah,
bet.
yeah, that's actually perfect. It's probably the perfect time to do it. To be honest with
With
you.
it go 0 and
I'm sure
64,
I'll retain
64
all
for
of that.
64.
yeah. That's it. Also, what are we gonna do for March Madness?
Big thing's coming.
That's a
Got so quiet.
that's a big thing because are we gonna do brackets? Is the Jordy Culotta show gonna send out brackets?
So
and
we
say,
have some
submit a
plan-
bracket.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
the
what we
one
did
I did
last
for
year.
the Super Bowl pool. That what's it called? Run your pool. They also have March Madness stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should do a couple things.
Thank you.
What?
I've been asking for ideas.
You didn't even tell. I didn't even say what I
I
said.
know, but just an idea. is
What if I
nice.
said I think we should do a couple
Thank
things?
you.
We should do nothing, and you
Yeah.
said, "Oh, thank you."
He could have said, "Yeah, right." He
So
could have
what-
said
do a
anything.
couple of things and do nothing. Nothing is all encompassing. That's one thing.
That's a good point. In
Well, I
baseball,
learned from your guy.
in the baseball, like we do a bunch of different types of things during March Madness. You have everybody sends you buy brackets, right? Like I say, if you want a bracket, it's $25 a bracket, whatever it was. Like you could have up to 5 brackets. you could have, maybe it's $20 bracket. You could pay $100, 5 brackets, whatever. Then you could pick teams, and there's 64 teams. So you got 64, and you can do multiple of these. And you could pick, you can get you pick a team that's like a spread pool.
Oh, that's what we need to do.
That's fun. So then you put money in, you say, okay, well, you got the 16th team, whatever 16 seed, and they're playing Duke as a 1 seed. Well, if they cover the spread, you now absorb, you win, you move on, and you absorb Duke. So that team, I think that's how it works, right? That team doesn't, like someone had Duke, right?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
If Duke doesn't cover the spread, that guy's out. You take Duke now.
Okay.
So now you have the number 1 seed, even though you got the 16th.
You're picking against the spread, so
it's a spread pool. There's other things to do. I think we should do that.
But what happens if a 16 seed beats a 1 seed? Like happened what?
You still then you still have them, but you still have that team. You still get the spread.
You get to spread again, like you bet.
Yeah. So it's 6. So your team.
So you have to be on top of it.
No. That's what these apps do, right? You have like the whatever app that or the website.
Run your pool.
Run your pool. Like they do this, but I picked the 16th seeded team, and they cover they win. That means they covered the spread. So you keep that team. So then the next game they have the spread. If they cover that spread, then you get the team that beat them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just keeps going on and on.
It rolls over.
It's kind of like a survivor pool-ish type of thing, but just more of the spreads.
So they have bracket pools, head-to-head, squares, and survivor. They have a survivor pool.
So
and
I think
pick X pool.
I think we should look into that.
Yeah.
Garrett Hamilton, shout out in the chat.
I was about to say, I know we're talking about basketball, but DraftKings has baseball lines.
Let's go. What is it?
The LSU baseball, the over/under is 11
For what game?
for
Today?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Who's throwing?
Blake Money's throwing for
Blake
us.
Money's throwing. They're throwing a lefty.
Ooh, they're throwing a lefty?
They're throwing a lefty. Yeah.
I like the over
We have to get on DraftKings right now.
right now. I mean, not the second, but
Bet that.
Yeah.
Tell
Bet
me what
that.
to do.
Bet that.
Hey.
Someone into something.
Yeah, LSU is
Minus 225.
minus 225, and Oklahoma's plus 175.
Hey, you
And
gotta take the juice at the juice box.
Yeah, I'm taking
the over under is what?
The over under is 11.
11
Going
runs. I like that.
Over?
I like
Under.
the over.
You like
Blake
the
Money's
over?
giving up nothing.
I like the over. Yeah, but this is the boys.
Our offense is.
You win 9-3. You win.
Yeah, I like when you do that. Like you put it in perspective.
Yeah, 9-3. You win.
9-3. All right, we'll go over LSU
like the
money
over.
line parlay
I like the over.
with LSU basketball.
It's a new. Now look, it's I mean, they're gonna be the guys. The boys are gonna be juiced, bro. They're in the juice box. They're gonna be juiced. They're in a big league stadium. They got good visuals there. Minute Maid Park is a great place to hit. I was telling you a story about This is great. This is a good way to get us back into the story. I didn't want to get back to baseball because I'm over pumping the baseball. But
no, but I mean, what else do we really have to talk about?
I was in 2016. I was playing when I was in Tampa. We were playing in Houston. It was like the end of August, and I was playing. I wasn't playing great at the time, and I'd hurt. I'd torn or ripped my oblique early in the year. Had just come back from it, and then when I was getting back, finally playing good again, I broke my hand, and so then I had 2 months off for that, and then I came back. So I was trying to find whatever. I hadn't hit a home run in the year. I didn't have a ton of at bats, but I hadn't hit a home run yet. And so we're playing in Houston, and it's a tie game going into the top of the ninth inning. And there's 1 or 2 outs, and I'm facing the closer. And I get a 3-1 pitch, and the closer throws me a 98-mile-an-hour fastball down and in, and I hit it off the windows. Like, crushed it in left field. Like,
Gene Color Stanton territory.
yeah, I hit it, pimped it. Hit it, dropped the bat, walked out the box. There was a lot of frustration. Like, I wasn't playing well. I hadn't hit a home run. It was a big moment at the top of the ninth off their closer. We took the lead. I run around the bases. I get home plate. Evan Gattis, who is the nicest guy in the world, but a monster. Big, burly, beard.
Hairy.
Like, this guy was homeless. Like, his story's awesome. He was homeless for a little bit.
Really?
He, he was on the drugs he was homeless, living in his car, into drugs, got help, fixed his life, got back to baseball, got to the big leagues, was great.
Really?
Yeah, awesome story.
Wow. That is
Super nice guy though. So then I hit home plate. He has his mask on. And he's like MFing me. He's saying all this stuff. He's talking shit to me, and I'm like, I don't care. You know, like I'm whatever. So I get back to the dugout, celebrate with my teammates, like whatever.
That mountain of a man is
That's
staring
him.
Mikey down.
That's him.
Look at Bregman in the back looking at him like, wow. Look at this
him.
man.
I mean,
Enormous.
He looks like an extra from
he's
Game of
frightening.
Thrones.
He really does.
Right.
Yeah, you know, but he's a super nice guy, right? So
I
I'm
think
like,
he was a
I'm
baseball player.
More like Viking.
I'm juiced. Like I'm like, oh, we're gonna win this. I'm gonna win. Like I was a reason we won this game. I've been playing terrible. This is great. I'm in left field. Our closer, I forget who our closer was. I think it was Alex Colomé. Good closer, great closer. He's pitching. Carlos Correa, first at bat, opposite field homer, ties the game. Like, damn.
Pip job gone.
Now you gotta go to extras. The next guy, Evan Gattis, home run to left field, walks us off
Wow.
over my head.
No gloves guy, too.
And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm walking in. Evan Gattis is rounding second base. I'm walking in. He's yelling at me, running the third base. I'm like,
Wow.
this
Can't
is
do
not
anything
fun. I'm
about
like,
this.
I just hit the home run. I'm thinking I won the game. They just went back to back, and Evan Gattis, who's yelling at me, hits the walk-off home run to win the
cuckolded
game,
you.
and he's still yelling at me. And I'm like, oh, this is not good. So I'm going. So Will Harris, my friend, who plays, obviously was with the Astros at the time, he comes out and we go to dinner that night, and I'm like, hey, dude, like, tell Gattis, like, I wasn't trying to like do anything. I was just fired up. He was like, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if he apologized to you. Like, he was, you know, he's the nicest guy ever. Like, he doesn't care. Not 2 minutes later, I get a Twitter message in my inbox from him saying, hey, bro, just want to apologize. Like, you know, I got caught up in the moment. Great swing. Like, you had, you know, it was a great swing. Good, you know, you did nothing wrong. I'm like, oh, that's good. And I'm like, I guess good swing too, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for beating us.
What year was this?
Do you think
What
he
year?
apologized?
2016.
I'm watching it right now.
Yeah. You can see him yelling at me.
Do you think he apologized if they don't win?
Yeah.
Wow, he got that thing out of there.
Yeah, at his eyeballs. It was a high pitch. But yeah, so that's my Minute Maid story.
Wait, I thought you didn't play at Minute Maid Park.
Yeah, I
thought
played
you
there.
never-
Oh, he
He
is
didn't
barking
play
at
there.
you, dude.
Yeah, yeah, I told you.
Dude, why were you coming? You should have just stayed out.
I told
Stay
you,
back there.
it's a walk-off. We're walking off. That's why they call it a walk-off.
Yeah,
Because
walk off the
the
field.
team's walking off
Did
the
you move
field.
when he hit it, or did you give it the old?
I knew he hit. I mean, he hit to left field. Like, I
He
knew
hit it
that
over
ball.
the train tracks.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
hit it like
Oh
my
my god, he pimped it too.
he pimped that.
I wish we
thing.
could show the chart. This is not
Yeah,
good.
no,
Not
I know,
good
it's
YouTube,
just,
but it's good for us.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so I got
I mean,
He
you could
got
have
me.
timed that a
Just
little
you
differently.
talking to
me.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the dirt. You're like dropped off.
Yeah, once you get off the field,
Not when he rounded the bases.
maybe I wanted that smoke. Who knows? Maybe I was mad.
Maybe I did.
Maybe I wanted that. The best part about that is I was like struggling, right? So Evan Longoria was like one of my guys, and we're in Houston, and we had a bunch of family friends.
He looks like Chef Jean Paul.
He does. He does.
We had a bunch of family. I had a bunch of tickets I had to leave for the game because Houston, Lafayette. It's not 3 hours from there. So everybody shows up. So I have family that comes to the game, and I got on batting practice, like BP passes, field passes for batting practice. And we have a family friend of ours who's a priest. So he comes with the family, and he's dressed like in his priest get up, right? Like it's a whole deal, like the collar, everything. So he comes in. And I'm hitting batting practice, and I'm in Longo's round, and we're in the same group, and we're hitting. And I go talk to my family or whatever. And Longo goes, he goes, damn, man. He goes, you're really pulling out all the stops. I'm going to try to get a hit. And I'm like, hey, dude, anything I can do. So that's the same game. So I hit the home run the ninth inning, and I'm giving the high fives, and Longo looks at me and goes,
No,
he
that's
blesses me.
amazing.
I'm like, this is awesome.
You know,
Right?
not treat
I'm
people.
thinking,
love
I'm
it.
thinking we won, and then obviously we get walked off. I'm like, well, should have been better.
Premature blessing.
That's
Should have been a
funny,
better
though.
Catholic if we want to win that game.
People want you to speak about the lockout. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I
at
can talk
all,
about the
or-
lockout.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's
I'll
the
talk to-
latest?
We talked a little bit about it on Wednesday. We got internet issues, so we had to cut it short.
Don't even say that, dude.
He's
I'm
looking
sorry.
around
I'm
like,
sorry.
what's something's going to
I'm
come out of the
sorry.
wall
I'm
and
It's
eat the
doing
internet?
fine. It's doing
The
fine.
lockout
It's going to catch
stinks.
on fire.
The lockout stinks. So
Yeah.
lockout obviously it's not fun. It's a much, and I don't want to it is players versus owners. It is, but the media and some of the people who have this agenda that they're pushing in the media, they're making it out to be millionaires versus billionaires, and that's not the case, right? Like it's not. Take the money out of it and just put actual like jobs on the line. Like,
Yeah.
hey, the perspective of a normal person of seeing guys make all this money, I understand that. I am sensitive to the fact that like, man, this guy's making $35 million. Like, why is he worried about more money? It's not about those guys. It's not about the guys who are making 30, 40, $45 million a year. It's about the younger generation that's coming up. It's about the guys who don't make that money. It's about the guys who are in baseball as making minimum salaries, not making millions. There's a lot more guys, and we say this all the time, there's a lot more thousandaires in baseball than millionaires, right? The norm for a baseball player is not to make $20 million. It's hard to get to that point, right? And not very many people get to do it. You only see those guys because that's what they talk about. You see all these free agent deals, like that's all great. But the guys that are coming up are getting treated the right way. Like we don't, Major League Baseball plays the most amount of games of any major sport in sports. We have the lowest minimum salary of all sports.
Yeah, that's
right?
wild.
Doesn't make any sense to me. NBA's minimum salary is like 9 something. NFL's minimum salary is like $750. Major League Baseball's is $560.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money,
still.
but the money has not changed with inflation. Hasn't changed with how money is coming into the game. Like baseball, as much as the owners want to say that they're profitable, they're not profitable. They are. They have made. Baseball has increased their revenue every single year since 2000. If you go from 2013 to now, Major League Baseball's revenue is like $10.7 billion. It's increased. It has increased every single year. And you get if they want to really show that they're not profitable, then they should be upfront and show all of their books. But they're not going to do that because they don't want people to get inside there and see, okay, well, we see how they're not doctoring the books, but we can see how they're twisting it to make it seem like they're not, but they are profitable. It says it right here on their books that they are making money. And so all we're trying to do as players is we're trying to create a more level playing field, right? And it's not necessarily, a lot of it is about economics. It's a lot about money. It's a lot about making sure that players are paid fairly, they are compensated fairly, and they're not treated as commodities. They're treated as employees. They're treated as professionals, right? And there's just so much there's so many things. It's more about a lot of the issues stem from trying to make sure that every Major League Baseball team is competitive and trying to be competitive, right? So, we want to make sure that teams, especially teams that don't have a high payroll, want to win and are trying to win and are trying to go out there and pay guys to win. Right now, there's no incentive for these teams to win. It's like, oh, we're not going to win. We can tank, get the number 1 overall pick, and have a $50 million payroll. Well, that's not good for the game. That's not good to have a team losing 120 games a year and getting the number 1 pick over and over and over again and not having any repercussions because they don't try to win. But they're still making money because of revenue sharing. The revenue sharing percentage between players and owners the players in MLB is not like it's this way. Like the owners make a ton of money in revenue sharing. And we don't get enough of that percentage. So obviously.
And that's the incentive for the competitive balance tax, right? That's what it is. It's like teams that have no incentive to win, like the Pittsburgh Pirates, are just, hey, I'm an owner of the Pittsburgh Pirates. I got this sweet deal where it doesn't matter what product I put out because there's other teams in the league that it's kind of like the SEC in football where, hey, Vanderbilt gets the same cut of the check that LSU gets when the SEC network comes on. Doesn't matter if you stink or not. And that's what Major League Baseball is fighting against with the Pittsburgh Pirates and those teams that aren't trying to win, but at the end of the day, they get the same amount of money as the New York Yankees do.
Right.
It's like, so why would I have no incentive to win? And so baseball players are trying to say, well, if they keep doing this, there's no reason to be in that minor league system. I'm set up to fail.
Right.
Yeah. It based off of how revenue has increased over I forgot who wrote the article, and I don't want to take credit for it because I didn't obviously come up with these numbers. But
You didn't write it?
I
You didn't write the article?
Definitely did not
You
write
sure?
it. You did not want to read that.
The poet.
Yeah, the great poet. They said that if the tax, the balance, and all of that stuff was the amount of money increased the same amount, the same percentage that revenue has increased, the tax would have been like $290 million, $93 million. The owners want it to be 220.
Yeah. I'm reading that right now too.
So it's not. There's just no. The game has. There's a lot of archaic rules with free agency. There's a lot of archaic rules with arbitration. They want players to get paid. They want players up early, but they don't want to pay them early. They don't want to pay them till late, right? So they're trying to get it on both ends, and the owners deep down have always wanted a shortened season. They don't want 162 games. Why? Because they don't have to pay us as high of salary because they have 22 less games. They want a 140 game season, right? So that means they don't have to pay us 22 other games that we don't get, because we get paid based off of days and game checks. And so they don't have to pay 22 games, but what they want to do is expand the playoffs. Why? Because they make more money in the playoffs.
Right.
If they expand the playoffs to 14 teams, that's another $100 million that the owners are going to get. The players don't make salary in the playoffs. They're not paying our salaries in the playoffs. What you get in the playoff is it's called a playoff share. So I think the highest playoff share ever was that means if you went from the beginning to the end, you won the World Series and you got a full playoff share, I think it was like $485,000, right? Which is great. It's 2 months. It's a month of work. You get $485,000 for winning the World Series.
And you won the World Series.
And that's great, right? But not everybody gets a full share. They split the shares up based off of, guys getting up and down, how many people were active, ever. But the owners are making $100 million off that, right? So they want to shorten the season so that they don't have to pay. There's 22 less games they have to pay. But they want to expand the playoffs where they make more money on the back end. So they don't have to pay as much and they're making more money. This is all, to me, this has been their plan all along. I think that's why they went so small increments in the negotiations, because I think they didn't care about losing the month of April. April is the lowest revenue month of the year. It's cold. People don't show up to a lot of the games because of all the weather and everything. But once May, June, July, August, all of those hit, that's when the revenue shoots up, and obviously the playoffs is when baseball is the most.
And the hidden gem in there is that because they shorten the beginning of the season, they don't have as many games for rookies to be called up and sent down, so that it shortens your time to get to your next contract to be able to be set up, like the Chris Bryant theory. So they and that's another thing. That's another argument is they wanted to change player manipulation. So service time manipulation is what they call it. And so baseball is so strict on service time. Everything revolves around service, and that's to the day, right? I was in the big leagues this year. You don't get a full year. You're only in the big leagues for 2 months or 60 days. You get 60 days of service time. And so what they're trying to do is you get to get a full season of Major League Baseball, you have to have 172 days in the big leagues, right? That means I think it's 172 out of 100. You have 182 days as technically a full season. You have to be there for 172 days to be considered to have a full year, right? Okay. So what they do is they'll send guys up. They realize there's a deadline they can call guys up by. If the guy's in minor league baseball for the first 3 weeks of the season, they get called up. Okay, now we just gained another year. So now he can only get 171 days here. Okay. That's not a full season. So it already takes you 6 years to get to free agency, which let's say you get to the big leagues at 24. 24 is probably the normal. 24 is that's not right. So then you 6 years to get to free agency, you're 30. Now they think you're too old, right? They don't want to. That's when you get paid. Yeah. Right. That's when you get the long-term deals and all this stuff. Now they can give you an extension before. They're not required to. So let's say you make it all the way to free agency at 30. Now they want to say you're too old now. You're past your prime, or they want younger players, whatever. Well, let's say you're Chris Bryant, for instance. He got Rookie of the Year that year. He got called up. He got called up right after the deadline. He had 171 days of service time that year. So it doesn't count as a full season. So they get an extra year of free agency before he gets to be a free agent. So now instead of it's 6 years, it's almost 7 years before he's a free agent. Right. So that's service time manipulation. It's bullshit. Yeah. It's not fair to the player. And he lost a grievance. He filed a grievance, him and his agent with MLB, to try to win it, to try to get that year back. He lost it. Had to go for a whole another year. So there's a lot of other things. Obviously the economics is the big sticking point. That's what everybody wants to talk about. But there's a lot more that goes into the economics of it. Yeah. I said this on Wednesday. I know I'm educated in what's going on, but if you want somebody to give you a pretty good, history lesson or information and a reference to go back to, Jeff Passan with ESPN has a bunch of articles written on ESPN about what's going on, and he's very articulate about what it is, and he's very
cut and dry, very black and white about how everything's happening. And he's more pro player. So obviously I'm a little bit more biased towards him, but what he says makes a lot of sense. And I think a lot of media people are feeling that way right now. You're going to listen to some people push narratives that MLB is trying to do all these different things. Well, these guys are employed by MLB. Like MLB Network, they're employed by MLB. People who write for MLB, employed by MLB. So like, of course, they're going to push that other part of the narrative, and they're going to say, well, the players didn't negotiate in good faith. The players, well, all of this stuff that's going on is by the owners. The lockout, by the owners. Players didn't decide a lockout.
Right.
Owners decide that. Canceled games, by the owners. Right? Everything the owners said, oh, we wanted to negotiate in good faith. We really wanted, we were motivated to make this happen. Well, then why did you give when you gave an offer in July to try to get this negotiation jump started, why did we not get your proposal 43 days after you initiated the lockout December 1st, 2nd? If you're that motivated, why did it take you 43 days from December 2nd to give us your proposal? Right. So there's a lot of things that they are saying, and they're trying to create the narrative in the media to make it seem like it's the players are being greedy, and in reality it's not. And this is a necessary thing for the player. The owners don't want to change anything because they're why would they? Yeah. They have the advantage. Yeah. But there needs to be some change. This is much needed. It sucks for a lot of people, but this is something that honestly I would love. We have time. What time's the
yeah, but
we bet your ass is good cooking.
8:45.
We got some Ask Mikey questions, though.
We got a bunch of Ask Mikey questions.
I was about to say, I want people in there to ask whatever.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll go to a break. You want to go to break, or you want to keep it rolling?
I mean, let's just keep it rolling, right? Unless y'all want to go to break.
No, I was going to ask you, though, when you mentioned that, like, the expanded postseason, and I'm reading this USA Today article that says, like, with that expanded postseason and the introduction of ads on helmets and uniforms, like those two things combined could generate more than $200 million in additional revenue. Or is that a new thing? Like advertising?
So the advertising thing is a new thing.
Yeah, baseball only does like their logo.
Yeah, baseball doesn't baseball does a very bad job of promoting their players. What's that?
How will they do that? Where will
so you know how the NBA? You know how the NBA has the stuff on their jerseys now? That's what they would do.
So that'll start.
Yeah, they'll start doing that and like have maybe a catcher's gear has like obviously the Nike or whatever catcher's not Nike but Under Armour or Easton or whatever catcher's gear they're using, All Star. They'll probably put like a patch of like Rocket Mortgage or something, and like
Liberty.
But it'll be all over the uniforms on everybody's uniform, right?
Yeah, but here's the deal: like the catchers and pitchers are
always on the screen.
Always on the screen. They're the walking billboard, right? Like you see the pitcher, he has the ball. The camera's always on the pitcher, always on the catcher. Those get the most money. Catchers merchandise deals are the most because they have the most
screen time.
So that's but the revenue, like the players aren't going to get a lot of that revenue, right? It's the revenue sharing percentage is so bad that but a good point that Jeff Passan made was if you took all 1,200 baseball players, right, all 1,200 professional baseball players, and you said that you replace those 1,200 baseball players with the next tier of 1,200 baseball players, the game would severely suffer. It would not look the same. It wouldn't be the same. The product on the field would be different, right? If you took all 30 owners of baseball teams and removed them from power and replaced them with 30 other competent business owners, the game would not only be as good, it probably would thrive because you have owners that are, you have other people, a new blood in there, right? So his point is, you can't have Major League Baseball without the players on the field. The players are the product.
Right.
It's different. It's unlike any other sports or unlike any other type of business because your product is something that you sell. Like your employees you're selling the product that you're creating. So the product is what makes that company, right? The employees help push that product. The product in baseball are the employees. Right. The employees of baseball are the product. The baseball players are the reason baseball is so good. The football players are the reason why football is so good. If you replace those guys, the game is not going to be near as good. And so it's a great point, and it's like, why are you trying to nickel and dime your product? Okay, it's Ask Mikey's. Let's go.
That's crazy.
Hey, I'll read them.
Okay.
You got it. You go.
I got them pulled up.
Thank you. I'm about to scramble. Looked right at me. We locked
I don't know. I
eyes.
know who was reading them.
Jeffrey asks Mikey, how was the transition from aluminum to wood bats, and what is your bat now? Like, I'm guessing, like, what brand do you use now?
The transition was, it was all right. There is a transition. Metal bats are a lot more balanced. Metal bats have a lot more give. So, meaning if you hit the ball off the end or off the hands, your hands aren't going to hurt, or your bat's not going to break, and the ball is still going to be able to fall and still travel a little bit. The wooden bat has a lot different balance, and you can create different wooden bats, right? Obviously, you can have more end-loaded, more hand-loaded. That was also, we had Mikey Gibbs in here on Mic'd Up on Wednesday, and he was talking, because he works at Marucci with Baseball Performance Lab, and he does a good job. They do bat fittings. So he was doing a good job of explaining like what goes into a bat, how they make bats, how they have guys in there and come and get fitted for bats to see what bat fits their swing the best. And it's a really cool science, a really cool thing that they're doing, and they're gaining a lot of traction with it. We're gonna have him on for part 2 at some point. Like I said, we had some difficulties, but he had a lot of great information. So for me, in college you play with metal bats all year, but in summers you play wood bat leagues. So that's kind of your introduction to wooden bats. Now in high school, you still have showcase tournaments with wooden bats. So you're always, you're learning how to swing a wooden bat earlier ages now than you were in the past. But there is an adjustment. There's a balance issue with the bat. There's a feel with the bat that you have to get comfortable with, and it's a trial and error of trying to figure out what bat fits for you. For me, I have my own model at Marucci. And so I've, like I said, I go there, got fitted for my bats. I had preference. I used bats in games. It took me a little bit, but some trial and error, I found a bat that I love, and that's it.
Can anybody take that bat? Like, if it's
You could call and order that bat, but
you could say, I want Mikie
I want
Mahtook's
that
bat.
Mikie Mahtook.
yeah, probably.
Minute Maid?
Yeah, it's the M54M.
Oh.
Yeah, it used to be M54, but then I changed my model because of the bat fitting. It's M54M. 54 is my dad's number in football. So
I knew there was something. That's awesome.
So if I call Marucci and I'm like, I want an
M54M.
Yeah.
They'll send me a
Yeah, I
Mikie
swing a
Mahtook.
34-32.
This guy.
Yeah. Last year I swung a 34-32 and a half. Found out with my bat fitting that 34-32 is a better fit for me than the 34-32 and a half. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Would it benefit somebody to just swing like in high school I would hit with a wooden bat. I wouldn't even mind. But it was just, I thought it was a good training technique to get feel down and felt like barrel up balls.
Yeah,
I had no idea what I was doing.
Training with a wood bat, swinging with a wood bat for sure is better, or not better, but it helps because your swing has to be a little bit more pure. So like the swing path, and yeah, because the balance, the balance, and it hurts. Like if you don't hit the ball in the barrel on a wooden bat, like it doesn't feel good on your hands. And so you want to be able to, like as a training tool for sure. And then you get the metal bats. But like I would never say, oh yeah, only swing wooden bats because you want to grow.
Have a gamer.
You want to play in the base. Like you want to play with what you're doing. But like in the cages or do whatever. Like yeah, the more you get used to a wooden bat, the easier it's going to be to adjust to it. What you got?
Andrew Simon asks Mikey if he has heard anything on Javen Coleman's injury.
Your guy.
Oh my God, I have not heard anything specifically about it. I think they're kind of keeping that
under wraps.
tight. I think there's some, they're probably getting tests done. They may know stuff, but with some of these arm injuries, man, you want to wait and hold off and you don't want to press the panic button too early. But I haven't heard anything yet. I can maybe get a little
dirt,
a little text in there. See.
Oh, hip just popped. Do you think that do you think the longer that they wait, the worse it is? Like Cade Beloso didn't hurt his hamstring.
Whatever.
Have they come out officially with Cade Beloso got hurt?
No official.
That's my point. So they don't No, I don't think it's the longer they wait. I think what they're doing right now is maybe especially now with some arm injuries. I don't know what it is.
Right.
But if some people have partial tears, right? Oh, hey, you don't need surgery. You can rehab. Let's see if you can rehab this. Or some people have, tweaks, and they're like, all right, we're gonna reevaluate this in a week and a half. And just see what happens with some ice stem, some treatment and some rehab, and just to see kind of what the body does to react to it, and then maybe some of that swelling goes down. They got a little bit clearer of a picture. I have not heard anything on that. I'll do some digging and see.
Robert Miller asks, how pissed were you on the tip in On Jose Ramirez home run. I don't.
Oh, when I knocked the ball over the fence.
How pissed were you on the tip? I see.
Yeah. I was not happy. It was not a proud. It was not a good moment for me in Major League Baseball. It was national. It was national news at some point. It wasn't national news, but like it was on ESPN as a not top 10. Please don't show it again. But it was not good. It was. The thought was right. I thought the ball hit the fence and bounced straight up in the air. I thought it was going to bounce over. I wanted to tip the ball back in. Instead of the ball bouncing that way, it bounced towards me, and then I tried to catch it, and it bounced off my hand over the fence. It was not good. Came to find out later, it should have been a double. Should have been a ground rule double since the ball hit the fence twice. They didn't call it that way. They called it a homer, so whatever. I was not happy, though.
This is good news for you, actually. If you just Google your name, it's not really on the front page of what happens. Like, I thought it might have been the first one.
What is on the front page?
I'll show you.
No, don't show me. Don't show me.
I'll show you the first page of Google Image
Don't show me.
results.
Don't show me.
There's nothing bad, dude. There's nothing bad.
I don't like Googling myself. I don't ever Google myself.
He's not that guy.
I am. That's why I'm here. What happened? Nothing. Yeah, it's
okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, nothing bad.
All good stuff.
Oh, yeah, they go a little bit lower.
Okay, I can deal with that.
This one?
What? What?
This might be your best one.
Which one?
I'm showing you. Hold on. I thought you were going to Google yourself, dude.
Which one? Hurry up!
Talking about? You're clicking stuff. Nothing was happening.
That's
I don't know.
That way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did that right in
good
front of the cameras.
I don't like attention. What?
Yeah, use a little of my personality. See some of it.
Who's behind you? That guy you got.
Jim
dominated.
Aducie. Jim's a good dude. Great guy. He retired. He's not playing anymore.
I think he retired in this picture.
I made him retire.
Yeah. Oh, did he play the same position?
No. He was older than me. He was good. He's a good guy.
Andrew Messina, were you headed to spring training in Florida or Arizona before the lockout?
So I am a free agent. So I didn't have a team yet. That's part of what makes making the lockout so difficult because teams weren't signing guys, during this whole thing because they didn't really know like what to do or when spring training was going to start. So I'm a free agent still. Like I said, I think there's some irons in the fire. There's some things cooking. But last year I was in spring training in Arizona. Before that, I was in spring training in Florida my entire career.
John Quavi, hey Mikey, what do you remember about getting drilled in the head by the Yankees?
I remember that didn't feel very good. And I remember that the fans didn't like me yelling the F word at the pitcher a couple times. The pitcher, I know the pitcher a little bit. I don't know him very well. He didn't mean to do it. Obviously, that was the second time I got hit that game, and I was not happy. And so I got to first base, and I was telling Chase Headley, who was their first baseman, I was like, hey, bro, I'm not trying to like start anything. He's like, what do you mean trying to start something? He goes, if I was you, I ought to charge the mound. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to do that.
No way.
But yeah, he was like, you've acted fine. Like, you did better than I would have. Like, I got hit in the head with 98 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It was not something that was fun. Yeah. And luckily, when I got out, I dodged it enough to where it like skimmed off the top part of the helmet, so it didn't like square me up and like fall. I just, whatever. But yeah, it was not. I didn't get a concussion, but it didn't feel good.
What if you did charge them out? What would you do? Would you like physically? Would you?
You gotta go up there swinging. You can't just charge them out.
You would get like physical.
I mean, if you're charging,
we're not gonna go have a
Katie,
conversation.
if you're charging the mound,
you better have it on your mind.
If you're charging the mound, you're going there for violence.
Yeah.
You're not going there to just. It ain't just a. If you
You're
look,
not having a conversation.
There's been a couple guys that have charged the mound and not really been convicted on charging the mound, and they got their ass beat.
Yeah.
Really?
You gotta go up there swinging.
Robin Ventura.
Robin Ventura charged him out. Didn't really want to charge him out, but felt like he had to charge him out, and Nolan Ryan beat the shit out of him.
Put him in a headlock and beat the shit out of him like it was his kid.
He was doing
Then you had another guy charge the mound off, or attempt to charge the mound off of Kyle Farnsworth, who's a monster.
Tank.
And Kyle Farnsworth was playing for the Cubs at the time. This guy takes 2 steps. Kyle Farnsworth spins off the mound, spears him on the ground, starts wailing on him on the ground.
And then
Ford
what
tackled
happens?
him.
Then everybody comes in and like whatever. I mean, we charged him out. I didn't charge him out, but we had a benches clearing brawl against the Yankees when I was in Detroit. The year that got hit in the head, the next series at home we had a bench clearing brawl against the Yankees. So yeah, it's
That's intense.
oh yeah, it's not. You're not charging them out to go talk. You're charging them out and you're thinking violence.
Hey guys, let's talk this out.
Yep. yeah.
Katie,
there's no.
that's Katie in baseball.
There's no violence. No, if a catcher
let's talk
catcher
about-
gets it, a catcher will grab the guy before and then try
Oh, really?
to de-escalate the situation before you get to the mound. So
Because
Wait,
do
who
you
was
not
your-
get thrown out at that point? Like,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
if you
fighting,
charge them out,
like-
you're out. You're going.
Okay,
You're
both
going.
of you.
Probably yeah.
Yeah.
Who was your boy that took the catcher out first?
Ooh,
in the
Oh,
minors?
Slade Heathcott. Slade Heathcott.
He went with the move to kick back and then went for the pitcher. It
I
was
don't,
unbelievable.
I don't know if we can show this, but this is good stuff. Like
Wait,
he
who
threw,
was he
but
kicking
this
back?
is Marlins and
Like he's the catcher first.
Marlins and Washington.
No, we
He
can't.
throws
Major League
behind
Baseball
him.
is
Yeah.
such. They're
Yeah.
so rude with what
What
they
else-
can
what else
show.
we got?
First
What else
baseman
we got?
takes
Attention
him
right
out.
now.
I
They
got
got
you, I
bigger
got you.
problems. Just
Nah,
playing.
but
No,
YouTube
no,
is though.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
you-
kidding.
We get flagged on everything. I just don't tell anybody.
John
Oh yeah.
John Smithsonian, do you think that the lockout could threaten the season as a whole?
No, they're gonna play. I think deep down they wanted to play 140 games this year, and I think I would assume that they're probably gonna try to get a deal done here in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and they'll probably start spring training end of March, early April, and then start the season end of April, early May. I would assume. I don't have any information telling me that. I don't have anybody that has said, "Hey man, this is when it's gonna happen. Like, just be patient." But just from putting all the tea leaves together and kind of figuring stuff out, reading context clues, I think that's seems like it would be right on par with what's going on.
Hayden Pieris.
The pair.
Hey, do we need to do anything
Hayden
for?
We're trying to
The
get
Foodie
we're trying to
Friday?
get the camera up and rocking for
Hey,
the
Okay, I don't know. This
There
is
we
new.
go. There we go. Thanks. What did you do? God, I knew
I'm
it.
new to Foodie
I'm
Friday.
30, Noah. I mean, I can't be the new
Guy just
sample.
turned 30.
I'm
He
new.
doesn't know
Yeah.
anything
Out
about
the window.
technology.
I'm new to
30.
Foodie Friday, so I don't know how this works.
Well, they're in their.
Whoa,
they're in
look
their
at behind the
big
scenes.
booth, Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Hey, extra for
Smell
that.
Wow, look at this.
Little BTS.
What do we got? What do we got? What are we cooking this morning?
Sausage.
Sausage.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
sausage.
Yeah.
What kind
Daddy,
of
would you
sausage?
like some sausage?
What kind of
some
sausage?
sausage?
What kind of sausage?
Freddie got
She's
figured.
she's like vibing over here. She's like, yeah.
What kind of sausage?
Iverstines sausage. You
Yeah.
haven't seen the video where they ground it up themselves? Just good
See
old
how the sausage is
pork.
made?
Yeah, they showed you how the sausage was made.
Rico Delgado.
Oh no!
Oh, Rico.
Would you consider
Uncle
playing
Rico.
in Japan?
Oh hell yeah!
Only if you go with us, Rico.
Oh yeah, I would consider.
Yeah,
I
only
consider
if you
we
come
could have mic'd up from Japan.
Yeah, Rico's a coward.
If I
Have
I
Ichiro on.
would only go to Japan. Obviously, if the situation was right and the money was right, I want to exhaust all my options here in the States.
I thought you were going to say, obviously, if y'all all went with me.
Well, I was getting there. I was gonna get there.
I come with you. Like
I was gonna get there.
honestly take that.
So I would do if I could exhaust all of my options here in the States and the opportunity was right there, the money was right, but also if I could take, like, my wife would come with me and my dog would come with me,
Yeah.
obviously, and if I could take some of the crew here.
That would be
Yeah.
fun.
Kobe would be the most dangerous asset to bring.
So what?
Kobe.
I know.
Yeah.
Kobe.
I couldn't leave
Wagyu Kobe up.
I couldn't leave
way.
Kobe here. No way. They respect dogs there. They love dogs there.
They eat them.
They eat them.
No, not in
They,
Japan.
they love dogs. You
Not in
sure?
Japan. Maybe Taiwan.
They like
that's
love them a little
China,
too
maybe.
much.
Yeah.
No,
Way too
guys.
much. National Dog Day.
But they love
Different
they
meaning in Japan.
They treat the athletes. They treat like American athletes there really well. They put you up in nice spots. Like I can get, like, if I have a family, I can get like a 4-bedroom. Like, hey, we could have mic'd up from Tokyo.
That'd be
That's
awesome.
what a
Let's think
birthday
of that
present.
bit. Let's think of that
Life.
bit.
Amazing.
But yeah, I would. Japan and Korea, they both have good opportunities. I have some friends that went to Korea. I was actually texting my buddy that I play with in Philly. He's in Korea now. Japan pays more. Japan's probably a little bit higher level than Korea. It's like it would go big leagues, Japan, Korea. But there's opportunity there. Yeah, I would definitely I would consider doing it. But it's a big move. You're going across the country.
Yeah.
And
Time
Across the world.
across the world.
Also
You're prepared
across
for
the
this.
country.
I'm prepared. Yeah, across the world.
Where's Japan?
And you have to bring your uprooting.
Flight's
I'm
long.
uprooting Allie, uprooting my family. It's tough,
Yeah,
and,
it is.
but you can
Bring the
negotiate.
boys.
You can negotiate flights for family and friends to come out at some point, and so yeah,
That'd be cool.
I'd be willing to do it.
That'd be really cool.
Would Allie be on board, do you think?
I think she would be on board. I think she'd be on board. I think it would just, I think she would understand that there
big
would be, yeah, it's a big move, and she'd understand this opportunity. I would present it. It'd be for 1 year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're going for a year. We're gonna go do this, play well, and then hopefully come back, become a major league free agent. Be, you know,
Is
sign
that
here.
like the norm? Is like 1 year would be like 1 year would be like the norm. Is like how long?
Yeah,
you
so
would
you sign
stay
1 year
somewhere like
deals. No, they will offer multi years, but your first year going, they're gonna sign a 1 year deal because it's different. They want, they respect baseball there. They want you to be committed to baseball there, and if you play well, they'll reward you for it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Ooh,
So maybe we
okay.
should take a little break and set up for our Foodie Friday segment.
Okay. We'll take a little break. Take a little break. It's 8:44. We got Foodie Friday starts in 1 minute.
Let's set up this food.
We'll set the food up. Take a little
Smells so
30,
good.
probably a 2 minute break. Thank y'all. I think we have more questions. Can we get back to questions maybe after or later if we? I don't know.
Yeah, we can whatever you want.
We don't do it right now. We can get. I enjoy. I mean, I know they don't get a little lockout questions or whatever questions. So
Cody Boudreaux with the $5 super chat. In Japan, you would be a giant, Mikey. You would.
Literally.
have you seen Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, he
Bigger
is.
than me?
That's
Yes.
true. That
The
is
dog
weird.
diet.
What?
What?
His dog died?
This guy.
Okay, we're gonna on that move. We're gonna take a break because we got some food coming in hot, boys. All right, take a little break.
All right. How do you do that?
I don't know. You tell me.
The Jordy Culotta Show is brought to you daily by Morales Roll-Offs. Morales Roll-Offs provides dumpster rentals for residential and commercial needs in Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. Morales has roll-off dumpsters ranging from 10 yards to 40 yards to accommodate all of your disposal needs. Search online. Morales
Cornbread waffles, Steen syrup. What else is there to say? Really.
Go Chevrolet is proud to announce Go Express
Oh, yeah.
Auto Sales, the new used
I'm gonna just
car
carry
lot
this in
located
there.
in the
Yeah, go
capital
ahead.
city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Goat head. Oh, you got my
115
utensils, huh?
Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales is
want me to
online
bring
at
this in?
I got it. I'll just use my knife.
goexpressautosales.com, or you can search them on Facebook and social media at Go Express Auto Sales, the newest addition to the family of Go Chevrolet. Remember, Go Chevrolet is located down in La Plaza, Louisiana. Go Express, the new used car lot located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Papa Earl's, the fine spice, originating right down here in South Louisiana by our guy Mark Pop Norman. Developed it back in 2018 and won Amazon's Newcomer of the Year in 2019. They pride themselves in having 30% less salt and sodium than the leading brands at the same price point. You can find it locally. Look for Papa Earl's at Rouse's, Calandro's, Mathern's, High Neighbor, and more.
The drizzle, baby. There you go. We got one more waffle coming. Let's go in there.
Coming back in here.
Back in.
All
There's
right.
one more waffle in there, and then it's ready.
Wow. Wow.
So you want
You
to
make some bowls?
Yeah, let's talk. Can we?
Yeah, yeah.
We're back on.
Yeah, we're about to be. I got
We're about to be.
Showing that. Showing that.
Alright, this is what's going on over there.
How y'all doing?
Good, good.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Ready?
All right, welcome back. This is Foodie Friday. This looks awesome. Shout out to Iverstines for supplying all of the beautiful meats and the sausages and the
meats.
ingredients for this. And thanks to You Bet Your Ass It's Good for preparing this beautiful breakfast on Lloyd's birthday.
Yeah,
This
thank
is
you.
your birthday
What a
birthday
feast.
breakfast. This
Yeah.
looks. What do we have? What do we have going on?
So Iverstein gave us some andouille.
Ah,
A video that
yeah.
was andouille being made.
Wow, how the sausage is made.
The seasoning in it is perfection. So I can send Lloyd some pictures
Yeah.
of me preparing these white
Absolutely.
beans.
Absolutely.
We also have a smoked ham hock in here, and some Trinity, of course,
Duh.
and white beans. That's it. And some broth. It's not complicated. I fried up the andouille and then put the veg in there, sauteed it up, added the beans, and let it just get happy.
Simple but good.
Let it make its own
That's
gravy.
it.
When I heard sausage, I thought it was just gonna be like
Yeah.
We talked grill. It I talked about that too. And it's that good. Of course, I had to stop myself from eating.
Oh, look at this. You get the waffle with the dip. Give it together. Lloyd gets the first one.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday, dude.
Don't you do that to me.
Okay.
Wow.
Look at my cowboy hat.
Look, you're saying get that out. Look at that ham.
Look at that.
It's like, y'all, this is legit.
Oh, Kobe would love that bone.
Oh, no.
No, he probably it's probably too cooked down now.
Will it be soft for
Too
him?
brittle.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Waffles.
So,
Yeah, this is cornbread waffles. So this is, Bobby has corn flour with a little butter and Steen.
I was about to say, what was the drizzle, Steen?
Steen syrup. I mean, it's the classic. So.
oh, thank you. What a treat. What a treat. This is why I worked out in the morning. Do a little breakfast, get hungry.
By one?
And this cornbread, we just decided to make some waffles.
This is amazing.
Unbelievable.
Maybe I can do that.
This is so easy. Anybody can do this. It is a bit spicy, which is not from me. It's the seasoning and the andouille, which again, it was really good. I fried it all up. We were all in the kitchen. I had to stop myself.
Oh, we got some more. We got some more.
Well,
Some
dude,
more
you gotta
waffles
see,
coming in.
every good chef tastes what they're, you know, you got to taste your recipe, make sure you're seasoned properly. So there's no shame in that game of eating.
So how long did it take you to do this? Like, do you cook the white beans down for a while?
Yeah, so
I love this question. You're gonna find out why I love this question.
these white beans
Yeah, it's
cook
a phone.
all night.
Okay.
So for like 12 hours. But
Yeah.
you don't have to do it that long.
Wow.
A crock pot is good for that. But
Yep.
Wow.
frying the andouille
That's
and then sauteing your veg, like you can't, y'all. You have to brown your meat. You have to brown your veg. These are the rules. If you see somebody starting a gumbo or some red beans or jambalaya and they are not browning their sausage or veg, just get out.
Okay.
Just go ahead and leave right there.
Get out. Shut it down.
You're done. Get out of here.
Cameras to black.
John Taffer,
Wow.
shut it down.
Shut it down now.
There was about an hour of prep for
Yes.
cutting and browning everything, and then once I added it to the pot, that was it.
Wow.
And then it just, set it and forget it.
So there's some tricks. Did you talk about your bean pull and your bean puree?
No, I haven't.
Do you want to
So
do
this
the
is her
honors?
deal.
Yeah.
White beans is Christie's baby. I don't cook a lot of white beans myself. I've cooked tons of them, but lately, if anybody cooks white beans in the house, it's Christy. But she pulls out like even a half a quart of beans. It was about probably about a half a quart of beans into a little measuring cup and hit them with an immersion blender until they're smooth and creamy,
Yep.
and then put them back in.
Wow.
You can also
That's
smush
it.
some beans in the side of the pot,
Yeah.
but, make it easy.
Oh yeah,
Wow. That's
Waffle though.
yeah.
that waffle
Makes
is
it
good.
Makes it. Noah, you're not gonna be able to eat the way you normally eat though, on your stomach.
Yeah, go ahead. Give the people a demonstration.
Please give us a demonstration. Lloyd takes his meals laying down on
This is awesome.
Sitting
You're
here.
sitting.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
This is
Pull
awesome.
that mic around so people can hear.
So y'all go with crystals. That's the hot sauce. Oh yeah, it's a little flimsy.
Yeah, so Crystal is my favorite. What do you
Crystal
think?
is my favorite hot sauce.
Yeah,
Why?
I think
What
There
makes
was
it
a
your,
lot of debate. There was a heated debate last week with
Heated.
man.
Blaze's dad, which was fun. Yeah.
what makes crystals? What makes it the favorite? Like, why do you like it?
Compared to what?
Just
I mean,
hot
some of
sauce
the
in
other-
general.
some of the other
Everybody
hot
has
sauces,
a,
like,
you
I
know,
know-
a
What do you
preference.
use?
I mean, I'm not like a lot of people use Tabasco. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're from Louisiana. Louisiana hot sauce.
Yep, Louisiana. I like
hot sauce is
Louisiana
great.
and Crystal are my two favorites.
I mean,
Okay.
Crystal.
Tabasco, the regular Tabasco, is too much vinegar, not enough flavor.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not a huge Tabasco fan
Yeah.
either.
I mean, and depending on what you're doing with it in a recipe, it does what it does, right? It's vinegar and spice, but it's not as much
I won't
flavor.
buy
We don't
There's
use
no
a
napkin?
Tabasco hot sauce in my house. if
Except
that says
for
anything.
Napkin? A napkin?
What?
What?
Chipotle.
Napkins.
Chipotle. What about Chipotle?
Yeah, the Tabasco Chipotle hot sauce is very, very good. So we do have that.
Wanna pass it around?
Tabasco brand Chipotle.
Oh yeah.
What other? I mean, there's other hot sauces. When you're in a baseball locker room in a clubhouse, everybody pulls out there. Everybody likes
Their
hot
hot
sauce.
sauce?
Is
Like,
there hot
everybody
sauce?
pulls up different hot sauce. You have like You got hot sauce from Texas, hot sauce
You
from
travel with them, right? And
yeah.
I love tasting other hot sauces, but as far as what we buy on a regular basis, Crystal is it.
That and Tabasco makes a ridiculously good Chipotle hot sauce.
Yeah, we talked about that a second ago. But I'm not going to put that on everything. I'm not
Pay
gonna,
attention.
Are y'all married?
Can you tell?
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that Chipotle on everything.
No.
Not like I would this. Like when I want the beans with the fatty andouille, which is amazing and delicious, like it's a party in your mouth.
Yeah, it really is.
That little bit of acid, it just sets it off.
Okay.
Salt, fat, acid, heat.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
You know the rule. You know.
You know.
And my mother has that book somewhere. I just see the title
It's
and I'm
so
like, all
great.
right, that
The
seems
show
important.
is great too.
Yes, Netflix.
Yeah.
So did y'all
Not as good as You Bet Your Ass It's Good on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's
I've
been
seen
done
it.
before.
I've seen it, but we like it. I'm gonna tell you what, it's really fun too because you make the batter and then you just knock it out real quick. Cooks up fast, you know.
And the little Steens.
Oh man! And I thought
just
about
love
like giving
Steens.
y'all Steens, not giving y'all Steens.
Well, you gotta have Steens. Gotta have.
And I was like, why the hell not
Yes
Steens?
on the Steens.
You gotta have Steens on there. It's a little sweet. Gotta get it in there.
It's Steve's
This
from
is
the
awesome.
market.
Steens?
Right. Did you go to, I mean, you're a big proponent of.
I did, yeah. So I did go to the farmer's market and grab parsley and green onions. I even used pink celery, which was really interesting. I had never seen that before myself. Tastes just like regular celery. It was very tender. Yeah, I cooked
There's
it
a
down.
picture of in your email. There's a picture of some pink celery.
Oh, Lloyd doesn't like his emails.
Well, I'm about to. I'm getting in the
Well,
email
that's
game.
assuming. Wait, that's assuming it went through.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Just
This
blame,
is
just blame it
definitely
on
on me.
just blame it on the internet. So it just didn't go through. It just didn't
Internet's
happen.
down.
Oh, you seen it? Oh, it must have gone on my spam. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't
My
see
other
it.
account.
Yeah. You must have made a typo or something.
Yeah. Why don't you send that again? No, I'm kidding. I think
What's your favorite?
Wait, why don't you
like,
send
what's,
that
like,
again?
obviously, you did the waffle with the sausage, but what's your favorite? That's not classic, like brunch breakfast like combo that you would make. That's not like a classic. You know
Like
what I
a
mean?
chicken and waffles? Would you consider that a classic?
No, I think that's. I mean,
It's a classic, but not to here.
yeah, that would be
Right.
that would work. That would
Yeah,
be, but
it's
like you know, like in Louisiana, you have like a lot of the sauces and like you mix like some of like the southern Louisiana flavors with some of the classic breakfasts. And you just kind of have do y'all have anything that?
What is your favorite brunch? I think I already know what it's gonna be.
Oh,
It's
what
something
is
to do
it?
with
You tell
steak.
me.
Oh, he already knows what you like.
I was like, I
I mean,
don't
she
know.
just wants steak and eggs.
I love me some steak
I love
and eggs.
steak and eggs. I talk all the time about my fancy, hashtag fancy leftovers. But
Yeah.
smoked meats in an omelet are just
Oh.
insane. Brisket, smoked pork,
Oh, I love that.
any of that
Yeah.
stuff. I know we did
We Yeah.
smoked pork
Yeah.
omelet
Yeah,
last
This
week.
is
Last
my
week.
first
Pork
Foodie
shoulder
Friday.
and
Okay,
an
so
omelet.
we did
Yeah.
the smoked pork omelet last week
It was
with
unbelievable.
the sharp cheddar
Man, look.
and
Yeah.
Little light egg.
We're
wrapped it
big
around,
fans
has
of
like a
you've got
Cajun.
leftover potatoes, like roasted potatoes. You've got leftover some kind of meat. It doesn't even have to be smoked meat,
no, it doesn't
right?
have to be.
I mean, hell, I've
smoked
even
meat,
done
I
it
just
with
like smoked
leftover
meat.
hamburgers.
Yeah, love that. I bet you that's
Right?
fire.
But just
I'm a big leftover person, meat and my omelets too. I do.
Yeah.
I do it all
It's
the time.
such a great way to use your leftovers and
Yep.
then add eggs and get enough protein.
I'll make a bigger. I'll intentionally order a bigger fillet when I grill steaks for me and my wife,
Right.
so that because I know she won't eat it. And I'll
Yes.
keep the leftover that second
For the
half that
next
she doesn't
day.
eat for the next day.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
That's my move.
Yeah, this man's a big meal prepper, but he doesn't even know he's meal prepping. Like
That's
he
it.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
Well, I made a so spaghetti. Now it wasn't like I'm not the chef that y'all are, right? Like I don't. But I made like spaghetti meatballs the other day. I made meatballs. It was a very easy meatball recipe, but I make a lot.
Oh yeah.
So I have them because it sits in the sauce in the refrigerator. So that I knew that in a couple days I was gonna make meatball subs. That's what I wanted. So I make the extra meatballs. So I have the meatball subs later. I love leftover. My wife is not a big leftover fan.
There's lots of people who aren't leftovers
I love
fans. I don't
leftovers.
get it. It's because I don't think they know how to reheat it.
Well,
Go-
yeah,
yeah,
and
go
we
to the
don't even-
microwave.
You can't put
Oven.
it in the microwave.
Oven.
The oven,
I
a
reheat it.
skillet.
Yeah.
There's,
Have you ever
jazz
done?
it up.
Have you ever done leftover pizza face down in a skillet with
Oh,
butter?
that's my
Oh
trick.
my gosh.
What?
Yes.
What? I've never
Blow
heard
your
this.
mind.
Oh yeah.
It's
Wait,
better
wait,
than it was
explain
fresh out of the
this.
oven.
Explain
Explain this to me. How do you do this?
It's just cold leftover pizza,
Yep.
and I like to hit it with a little spice first.
Okay.
But then I'll put butter in a skillet and then just stick it. It
doesn't mess it up?
Topping side down. Yeah, it gets all brown.
Use
and
like a really
crispy
good
and amazing,
like
and it'll
black
blow your
iron
mind.
skillet or steel skillet. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this I only.
You done this before?
Which is also delicious.
You know.
Yes.
It's so good.
I only reheat my pizza in the skillet. I'll go.
You told me that
Yeah, see, I'm not. Yeah.
I repeat
We'll
my
go
pizza.
both. Yes, yeah. Get a little crust on the bottom again, and then I'll flip it.
Boy, the
No.
cheese gets that little crust.
I reheat it in the
about it.
oven, but
That's
I've never
fine.
done that. I'm gonna
I've
try
done
that.
the oven too.
I don't
but
like the
this-
microwave.
The skillet is what's up.
I'll eat.
Yeah, that's what my boys eat. One of my sons, he'll just take it cold.
I'll eat cold pizza if I can't heat it up. If I have only the microwave, I'll eat cold pizza over that because it gets soggy. I don't like it in the microwave. It gets
No,
soggy.
it's soft.
Yeah, it gets a little sloppy. Yeah, but I'm
I
telling
didn't
you,
know
if
that. I
you-
gotta try that.
Yeah, no, it'll change your life.
Face down,
Hell yeah.
Just to have the
face down the
leftovers.
skillet.
Face down, ass up.
Exactly.
You bet your ass it's good.
Exactly. You bet your ass it's good.
But so to get back to what you made today, what was the idea behind the cornbread in the waffle maker, just to kind of tie all of the foods together, as opposed to going just natural waffle?
You want to know, sometimes
Natural.
Well, cornbread and
Nature's
white
waffle.
beans.
cornbread and
That's what
white
I'm saying,
beans
it
had
kinda
to
ties-
Cornbread and
happen.
white beans.
Yes.
And then when we think about, and look, and when you're thinking about all this stuff
Of
from
course, I made
work,
my cornbread. New
I'm
York
not
City.
gonna lie, it's awesome and it's like
Claude, you eat
really
your
cool.
Cornbread.
Cornbread, but it was a lot to do with the workflow today too.
Yeah.
It was like shit. You know what? It'll be easy if we hop in. We show up. We pop the oven.
Waffle maker.
The waffle iron in. Plug it in while I'm unpacking. It can be heating up, and so we're not in the morning waiting for a big.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be baking a fresh batch of cornbread in my cast iron this
like,
morning,
no,
which would have
man.
been fine and delicious. You
Would've been
slice
great,
it,
but this
you
is
cut it
even
in the
quicker.
middle with the butter. But this was fun.
This was even quicker. So a lot of
This
it's the
is good. This
workflow.
is
It's like hey,
great.
it makes the workflow really easy
Yeah.
too.
Wow. I'm more of a pancake guy than a waffle guy, to be honest with you.
Can you do cornbred waffles? I would imagine.
Hell
you
yeah,
can
you
do
can.
that, yeah.
I call that a
Pancakes.
corn fritter.
Cornbread
You mean
pancakes.
cornbread
Yeah,
pancakes.
obviously
Yeah,
I
that's
call
a
that a
corn
waffles.
fritter,
Corn fritter,
which we
yeah.
do at the house.
Oh man,
So
Late
y'all
night-
are waffle people over pancake people?
I'm a waffle
Yeah.
person. All the little pockets and they
Yeah.
get crispy. Now I think
I
this is
guess I'm in
cornbread
the
waffles.
minority on that. People like
That's
waffles.
okay.
I love
They're
pancakes.
tender and delicious.
I'm
I'm not gonna turn down a pancake.
I'm a
I'm
big
not
chocolate
crazy.
chip. I'm a big chocolate chip
still
pancake
delicious.
guy.
Oh yeah.
I do have the best waffle recipe
Waffle recipe.
ever.
Whoa.
It's ridiculous.
I'm not even making. This is not
I'm
a
down to
cornbread
try it.
waffle.
I got a waffle maker at
So
the
we
house.
plan on
Yeah.
doing some breakfast foods.
Yeah. At some point,
I think
we're gonna
maybe even
sneak in
next
some
Friday.
regular old breakfast foods.
Hey, I'm a
But
breakfast
we'll
guy.
do,
So.
we'll do,
But
we'll
just
do
dial it up a
waffles.
little bit.
But
Yeah.
the waffles, they get crispy, but they're also fluffy.
They're
And then
not
you have
just
the
crispy,
little
they're like-
pockets.
Crunchy.
Yeah, they're
Y'all make
crispy.
homemade biscuits?
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't made them in a
love
while.
biscuits.
In a long time.
Homemade biscuits are fire.
It's been a
Biscuits
minute.
and gravy. What's your go-to?
I don't like biscuit. I'm a biscuit, but I like
you with eggs?
I don't mind gravy. It's just a lot. Like that's a lot. Like I like.
It's very heavy and rich.
Yeah, I don't mind the gravy, but I like the biscuit. I love a big
Fluffy biscuit. Yeah.
biscuit, and I have like the little over medium eggs.
Oh
Yes.
That
yeah.
with a little runniness on it,
Yeah.
and then
Always.
I'm a big breakfast sandwich guy.
Absolutely. I have a whole
Are you
hashtag
bacon or
fried
sausage?
eggs on everything. I put
like
fried
bacon.
eggs on
Yeah.
everything. Everything I warm
Yeah.
up. Over medium egg.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Yep.
Usually
Not
about-
too runny, but just runny enough.
Exactly. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
its own little sauce.
Yeah.
It's so good. You
Now
were
we're
talking
talking.
about meatballs, and I thought earlier you were talking about how
Oh, yeah.
you made some extra. I thought you were going to say that you did like the shakshuka where you do the fried egg in the red sauce, and let me tell you.
Have you done that yet?
Oh, I'm gonna have to do
It's
that.
blow your mind.
My wife's family does that.
Yeah.
So you can
He'll
do
like
it.
the fried egg, like the egg patty into the yeah.
It's
a game
really
changer.
good.
It is good.
So you can still have your runny egg, and it's in the red sauce,
Wow.
and you have meatballs.
Oof,
Stop.
I got
Hit
it.
hard
every
to
corner,
beat.
Hit every pocket.
Yeah, I got to try
So
that.
It's every
whenever
pocket.
you picked this up from Iverstines or they gave it to you as the challenge, what was their? Obviously they didn't give you no directive, but was it in the link and you sliced it down the middle, pan side down, or how was your like cooking process?
Go.
I have some pictures of that. I think.
There we go.
I know I checked my email.
They're
Got
not.
lost in the email.
Who knows?
So
Got
I
lost in the
sliced it
sauce.
just
Hand me
in
your phone.
rounds and fried it in a skillet.
I'm gonna send them. I'm gonna email them.
Go look at. Oh yeah, there's a little
there.
bit.
Do you
So I just.
Do you?
So I just sliced it in
Tap
rounds
dance a little bit.
and fried it in a skillet, in the same pot. You do everything in the same pot. You want to build up that fond. You want to build up that
That's what I was
flavor.
gonna ask, yes.
So I fried the andouille. I took it all out. I had my veg all cut up and prepped. I put it in the pot, sauteed that all in that flavorful, fat that was left in there from the andouille, smoky, spicy. Had the veg and then added the beans, added the andouille
Wow.
back, added bay leaves.
Oh yeah.
Because of the seasoning that andouille, I really only added a pinch of salt and a pinch of ectu and broth, and that was it. Let it go.
So do you have? I'm late to the the Foodie Friday game here. I haven't
That's
been.
okay.
This is my first time, so these questions may be repeated. But
That's all right.
is your background in cooking, or did y'all just have a passion for cooking and learned it as you go?
Lance and I met working in the kitchen together. We opened a restaurant together, not
Nice.
ours, but working in a restaurant that opened here in town. That was
Sounds like a story in itself.
I loved that giggle.
It took him back. He's like, oh God.
That was 13 or 14 years ago now.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and he pursued it for a while, and then I had kids and decided to stay home, but I still cook,
And the same with me. When
2 and 3 meals a day.
Like when we had our second one, it was like I got to get out of the cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all initially worked in the cooking industry or the food industry, and then life happened, and then y'all awesome.
And we still
Awesome.
cook a lot at home. We're probably going to be doing some dinners at the house, but all of our friends, everybody comes to our house to eat. Our house is the gathering.
Yeah.
Our house is the gathering point.
Yeah.
I bet.
So-
I mean, that's usually how you gather in
sure.
the kitchen. If you have good food, that's what people are going to get.
Exactly.
Right?
That's it.
So George Costanza said it's the friendliest place in the home.
It is.
Yes.
Everybody. I always try to push everybody. Like, let's go to the living room. Everybody always gets to the kitchen. It's uncomfortable to sit in the kitchen. Let's just
Well,
go sit in the living room.
As somebody that, when you watch sports and you're in the kitchen, like, can we just migrate to the living room? I know it's great
Migrate.
in here, but
Let's migrate.
the TV is too far away.
That
Literal
gravity,
with a cocktail.
that
Yes.
kitchen gravity field is hard at our house too. A lot of times we're like, come on, we have
Yeah.
a nice sofa, let's go.
And
Right.
then, it's so
hard to
open
fight.
in
It
our
is.
house. I think we're going to do some stuff at the house.
So we're gonna do some You Bet Your Ass It's Good content.
Okay.
I think we're gonna
So
have
we'll
some
have
of
to
you guys
round
over to
some of
eat in the
y'all up
kitchen.
Yeah.
to come
I love
over
that.
and
Sit at the bar,
and visit and
get a little hot
eat.
grease on you.
I'm sorry, we'll
I
have
love
somebody
that.
to come
Love
over.
that.
Get real.
That's easy.
So it's crawfish season
Yeah.
right now, right? It's hot.
Yeah.
It's Lent. Everybody's eating crawfish on Fridays.
Yes.
Might
Crawfish is
need to do,
expensive.
Should we not be eating meat right now?
I mean,
I'm not Catholic. So.
yeah,
Me
if
either.
you're
I'm
not
just
Catholic, you're
people
fine.
out there that are,
I was raised Catholic. Does that?
Oh, did
Yeah.
y'all talk
Oh, yeah,
about
that's
it?
what drove me away.
But that's like the prices. It shoots the price
They
of
are.
a crawfish,
They're
right?
high.
So like, what is outside of just a normal crawfish boil? Like, are y'all a crawfish etouffee family? Do y'all like a bunch of different?
By far my favorite thing to do with
Etouffee
crawfish.
for
Okay.
sure.
Etouffee.
I
That's,
bet y'all make a fire.
It's really
You bet your ass I do.
but I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
What?
Just some shots fired, real
Uh-oh.
fast.
Jesus
Competition in the
Christ.
kitchen?
I prefer shrimp over crawfish
I'm with you.
No, I do too.
I'm in there. I'm with you.
all day. All
with
day.
you.
I'm
A
sorry.
shrimp
You know
Creole?
what? I'm not gonna turn down
I make a
crawfish.
shrimp Creole over jasmine rice. Oh.
I'm with you. Now, have you ever had a
Barbecue
crawfish
shrimp?
boil when they put the shrimp and the crawfish? That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Well, that's the way.
That's
That's
our
it.
favorite is a shrimp boil.
Yeah,
Man.
when you have both at once.
I'm
both-
okay with
look,
both.
I
But
could do
the
this.
crawfish is a lot of work for a little bit of.
Yeah, it's just more social. It's a more it's a more social thing.
Well, look, and growing up,
And
man.
shrimp tastes better. I hate this. Is so much work.
It's a social feel. It's
she
just a
said.
force.
Exactly. You made me work for this.
Get out!
Yes.
3 days for this?
But shrimp etouffee.
Yeah, I love you, shrimp crazy fat.
Yeah, we've got
I mean, we can do that too.
No, we can definitely do that. Did y'all talk about this andouille? And what is
I mean,
a
I
sausage?
talked
and
about
what is an
how
andouille?
delicious.
So we haven't.
It
I mean,
is.
I think.
It's delicious.
Yeah. So you can explain that.
Explain the difference. Yeah.
Well,
You don't know
so-
the difference?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
The andouille is definitely, if it's andouille and it's the same size as sausage,
It's not
or it's
andouille.
smaller, then they bullshitting you and it's not andouille. It's just sausage.
Iverstein is doing it right. Let's just go ahead and
Iverstein's
say that.
andouille comes across almost as big as your wrist. Nice big casing.
Diameter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Intestines. And the biggest difference is the size of the grind. So it just means that when you look at the cross section of a sausage, it's got some nice big chunks of the meat.
Wow.
I bet he's
I
got
did a
some
video.
emails. Essentially.
Hand me
Is
that.
the flavor different?
I
Like is the
Oh, you
andouille?
sent- never mind.
Yeah.
The andouille sauce, the flavor of andouille sauce is different.
So you
Is
might
it-
honestly have a Cajun sausage sitting right next to an andouille, and the flavor is kind of the same.
Okay, I
Really?
didn't know. I always thought, like I knew there's a difference.
Yeah,
I just
here
thought
they
maybe
come.
that there's a difference in
Here they
the
come.
flavor of the andouille and the other types of sausage. I don't know.
It
Pink
doesn't
celery.
have to be
Pink celery.
Pink celery.
There it is.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
How about that Bob
I
Kramer?
tasted it a bunch by itself. It was like smaller and tender.
Yeah.
I would swear that it was sweeter, but I'm not sure if that was in my head. But it was really good. And I use the tops of my celery. I don't know what other people are doing. All the leaves and the tops. That's my favorite part, especially when I make chicken salad.
Yeah, the little greens. Yeah, yeah.
So
Do you make a
don't
better
go
chicken
to the
salad
top.
than Calvin's?
Oh shit! It's different.
It is way different.
She wanted to go and she was coming in hot.
know.
Like, yeah, so she
Right?
held up. She held up. I saw it. I saw it.
I had to taper it back.
No,
I
it's
see.
not
I don't
It's
like
not
it.
creamier.
I don't like creamy chicken salad.
You don't like Calvin's chicken salad.
No, but see, Calvin's isn't that creamy to me. It's.
Yeah, but they like puree the chicken or something.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
don't. I
very-
like Calvin's, but
I like Calvin's chicken salad.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble here. I knew that's a.
I'm
You say
trying-
chicken salad. That's the first thing people think about.
She makes a chicken salad that's really ridiculous.
Yeah, I do love a
Yeah.
good chicken salad.
Homemade aioli.
We had the y'all
Yeah.
weren't
Look,
here last
there's
Friday.
your
We
perfect
had the
andouille.
entire.
I'm just gonna hire you just to cook for me and my wife.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love
So
it.
look at that
Y'all
andouille.
done
You
that?
see the big chunks?
Yeah.
Look how big around it is. I mean, that's an andouille. And that's
Do
a
y'all
real legit
Are
andouille.
y'all like cooks for hire? Like if someone said, "Hey, we have this."
We have.
We've
not
done-
an event, but let's say we have like a party at the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've
Hey,
done
can we
that.
hire y'all just to cook for the?
Yeah, private chef.
Because y'all
We've
seem like
done
y'all would be part of the party too. Like y'all have
Yep.
fun.
It's entertainment.
Obviously, yeah.
It is
It is.
entertainment.
Like
for
y'all
sure.
aren't just like cooks and like, oh, here you go. Like this is what happened. No, like people can interact with y'all and talk
Oh,
to
yeah.
you, and I feel like y'all don't get distracted. You can still cook and talk at the same time, which
Yes.
is it's a
What's the
talent.
number of people that you do that with?
Mm.
Like what? Like however many couples it is or whatever.
I think it maybe depends on the size of the house, but what, 8?
Yeah, 8 to 12.
Oh,
I wanna do that. I
see,
wanna make that
We're on
happen.
the same page. 8 to 12.
I mean, I'll be leaving here soon, but I'll make that
Maybe.
happen at some point.
What? You go on
Maybe.
vacation? Yeah.
I messed the tease up. I'm still teasing.
You're
Maybe,
still-
maybe leaving soon. Who knows?
Maybe.
So
Uh
tell
oh.
everybody where they can find y'all.
Instagram, you bet your
Yep,
ass
You
it's
Bet Your Ass
good.
It's Good.
Avec to Spice. You can look up our personal handles are both listed on the bios of those accounts. I know personally I post about food a lot
A lot.
and exercise and my kids and my dogs
There you go.
and all that kind of good stuff. That's the
Secret-
thing.
So-
I don't even
secret.
have
I'm gonna-
recipes. It's
I'm
more
gonna
like
go ahead-
a.
I'm
You
gonna go
gotta
ahead and
follow
tell you,
your
though.
heart. It's about this much, you
Yeah,
know.
a little
We
dab, a
have
little
recipes.
dash, a little
Too.
dab, a little gloop, a little goops.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
You heard? You know what I'm talking about? The gulps, like how many gulps did it take?
How many
Yeah.
globs
Gulp.
of this oil?
Couple of splashes,
Yeah.
6
Yep.
or 8 pinches.
Uh-huh.
On our website, if you go to youbetyourassitsgood.com, and then you click. Actually, you can go to link in bio. Look at that. Link in bio.
We talked about
Click
this.
on
We
that bad
talked about-
boy.
we talked about that.
this.
Yes, we did.
And then you go refills, recipes, and more at the
Oh my
top.
gosh, look at that.
By the
Y'all,
way,
that's
that's-
sausage patties
That's sausage and gravy.
grits
And
with pan gravy. Shut
I mean,
it
there's
down.
recipes.
Oh, Lance does
So-
have some recipes
Well, this
on
is
there.
you're not used to seeing those links in that bio though.
No,
You're used to seeing all
no. Yeah,
those.
it's usually like 18 plus, so like I'm 30.
So I've got a few of our hits. This Avec 2 bacon rice, by the way.
Bacon
Man,
rice?
get
I
out.
love
Yes.
bacon. I'm a big bacon guy.
Yeah.
Do you
one
like?
bean, yes.
Do you like the big thick slabs of bacon,
Yes.
or do you like the
No.
normal bacon?
No.
Oh,
thick
you like the?
bacon.
See, I like crispy bacon.
No, I like it
Oh,
crispy.
no way.
It has to be crispy.
Wait,
I'm with
wait,
you.
wait, wait, wait.
Otherwise,
No
you're cooking it
crispy
wrong.
No crispy bacon.
Here we go.
Are we going in the
Yeah.
oven?
At our house, we always have to cook 2 separate bacons.
I'm
We
with
have-
you. I'm crispy.
We
We
do
no, we
crispy and
just we do
chewy.
an entire sheet pan in the oven, which is by
Oh, that's
far
the best way to do it.
best
It's the
way
best.
to cook bacon. By the
Unless
way,
you want the grease though, right? Like the.
Yeah, you can still keep it. You just
Is
pour
it-
it off
Put
the
it,
I
sheet
put
guess
it
you
pan.
in
could,
tin
yeah.
foil and drizzle it down.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we
So
drizzle it down.
I do parchment, yeah, and then the bacon, and then me and my oldest son Leonidas, we both
I like
want
it chewy.
That's
we
an
call it
awesome
chewy
name. By the way.
bacon.
That's an awesome name for. I love.
Leonidas.
That is.
Leonidas.
What's the other one's name?
Leonidas.
That is an. I
Yeah,
love it.
Maximus and Leonidas.
Yeah, the other one's Maximus.
Did y'all, were they conceived during 300? Is that what happened?
Exactly.
They've only seen clips. I'm not ready for
That's
that
awesome. I love that.
Those 2 kids on the playground.
They are hell on each other. I'll tell
I
you
love
that.
yet.
that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
The only problem with naming your kids that is like they naturally live up to it. So
Yeah.
Do you?
It's a
Do
shot
y'all
in
know
the
Leo?
Wow.
road.
Or
Yeah.
y'all call him Leonidas and Maximus? Do y'all some? Are y'all,
Leo and
y'all
Max.
short? Do y'all Leo and Max?
So Leonidas is usually Nidus.
Nidus.
That's cool. That's a
it's
cool
even
name
cooler.
than Leo.
Yeah, and he gave himself that name.
Yeah,
Oh.
he came up with that.
When he was little, that's just kind of what he called himself.
Wow.
Nidus.
And Maximus is Max sometimes,
Max.
but I like their full names. That's
I
why I
do.
named
that.
them. You know,
Yeah,
Or
that's
Rascal.
awesome.
Moms usually do the full name.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's the,
And not even in trouble.
No,
I mean,
for
that's
sure.
just
no,
what I
that's
call
what I'm
them, right?
saying. What's
you're
the
right.
middle name? Because that's usually when you're in
That's
trouble.
when you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, the middle name's
I
something.
use it. It's Leonidas Edward and Maximus Lance.
Maximus Lance.
So
Yeah, if you hear
Those are
like
strong.
put Oliver, I know I'm in trouble.
it's going down.
I'm going the other way.
You are in it at that point.
Wait, your middle name's Oliver?
Thank you.
I told him that too.
Yeah.
All y'all are. Mine's Anthony.
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 It's what?
Edmund.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
I
good
like
one.
that.
Edmund Edwards.
Whoa.
Something like that.
Oh, Edmund.
Edwin is a different. That's
a whole different
topic for a
conversation.
different day.
It's a whole different conversation.
Lord.
We're talking Edmond.
I was just gonna say back to the bacon.
Yes. Let's get back to the bacon.
Back to the bacon.
She has to defend herself. She has to defend her honor.
Because I want it a little bit crispy.
Yes.
But I still want that fat to melt in my mouth. So I don't want it all the way crispy to where I put it in my mouth and it's like crunch, crunch, crunch.
Right.
I want it crunchy easy. I want
Crunchy,
all
well,
of
it's
it.
not cheesy, but
You know what
yeah,
I'm
it's
saying?
crunchy.
Yeah, well, I just like that word.
I like it.
So
Hot take coming in.
I'm
Best
with-
way
I'm
to
with-
cook
I'm with-
bacon. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go.
Is it best way to cook bacon in the air fryer? Is what we had in the chat from Brendan
I don't
Hollingsworth.
have an air fryer.
I might need to try it.
I might have to buy a damn air fryer.
Well, just so
the air
y'all
fryers
know,
are game
You
changer.
can
An
get
air
one from
fryer.
Katie. She's scared of it.
I'm scared of mine.
I love it.
My kids use it. My husband uses it.
We just cook in such large
Yeah.
portions,
That's
right?
the one.
Well, let me tell you
You
what.
get the double barrel air fryer.
Yeah.
Air fryer.
I can do
That's the
that.
big
I can
one.
do that.
Barrel.
The double barrel.
Yes.
Well, that's what I was going to say. An air fryer is just a really small, really hot convection
Convection
oven.
Yeah,
Convection
right.
oven. Right.
That's all it is. And we
Yeah.
put an oven in the house that's got an air fry feature.
We haven't used it yet.
Haven't used it yet. So yeah, we have
You
that.
can do it. I just like my
and they're
oven.
just the convenience, man. They're probably great for reheating.
Yes.
I've dropped a slice of pizza in there.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
How was it?
Fine. It's not as good as the skillet.
It's not as
The
good as the
yeah,
skillet, y'all. That hot ass
It's
skillet
hard to beat the
is
skillet.
where it's at.
And I like the
It's great to
I like
do-
the attention you have to give it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's part of, I feel like I'm cooking even though
Yeah, you
I'm
get
not.
to get in there and do it.
Putting a lot of effort in.
Right. I just go lay in my bed and I wait to hear it and I'm like, oh, I probably burnt it. And then I eat it anyway.
But I eat it anyway.
Air fryers, wings, chicken wings,
Yes.
air fryers. That's where
Yeah.
that's like because they get the crispiness. Like that's the secret. You put
We're gonna
that's
have to-
that's where I like the air
We're
fryer.
gonna have to do that.
We'll do some
We
wings.
have a new range and we haven't used that air fryer feature. I want to
No.
try
We need
wings
to try it.
in
Yeah.
there.
Iverstines, are you
love-
listening?
I love
I
chicken
love
wings.
chicken wings.
Me too.
Also have this brand of nuggets at Costco. They're
Oh.
there, and you put them in
The
the
green
air fryer.
green bag.
Yes.
Allie loves them.
They're out. I mean, when I find them, I'm like,
That's
get
funny.
3 bags. Like,
Yeah.
they taste
Haven't
like
seen those.
Chick-fil-A in the air fryer.
Oh.
They're like
Just like Chick-fil-A.
they're very they're
They're
healthier.
bare, but when you
That's-
put them in the air fryer,
Allie gets
it
'em.
tastes just like Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
And
sweet.
where do you get them at? Where do you get them at? Costco.
Costco.
Yeah,
Yep,
and they
yep.
sell out, like, I mean, like friends will be like,
Yeah.
I'm at Costco, they have 10 bags. They're all like,
Buy 'em all.
Yes.
That's
Oh, I
usually the
love
case
that.
with stuff at Costco.
I love Costco.
I love Costco.
I
It's there, you got to get it. and-
love
I love
Costco.
Costco.
Yeah,
I go. It takes me 2 hours to shop at Costco because I go through every single
You gotta go
aisle.
off the aisles. You gotta see what's new, and they like to rearrange. So
And it
then you
always
have to-
rearrange. It always screws me up.
They rearrange
like,
on
come
purpose
on.
to
They
mess with
rearrange on
you.
purpose.
And I
so
try
then you
not
have
to
look.
ask. I'm like, okay, I'm here enough to I should know. And then I can't find it. I'm like, hey, where is this? Oh, it's over here. And then I gotta go. It's a whole different area of the store. I'm like, what is going on here?
They're trying to get you lost in Costco to stay forever?
Yes.
Well, that
Oh,
is.
you'll buy more
Shop
stuff
around
because
and
you're
buy
in your.
more stuff. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm on to you, Costco.
Yeah. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. Get you lost in their
For sure.
Costco.
Lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce.
So thanks to
Yeah.
bet your ass, it's
You
good.
bet
Thank
your
to
ass
Bet
it's
Your
good.
Ass is good, and
Iverstines.
Iverstines for supplying the ingredients
Iverstein
and the
coming through
goods.
with the real shit.
The real,
Yeah.
the
You know.
real, the real sauce, the real, what sausage, andouille sausage.
Andouille. And that
The real
ham
andouille
hock,
sausage.
there's a nice smoke.
Oh, there's
And
a
a
nice big
ham
old ham
hock.
hock in
It
there.
all fell apart, but the bones in there is so
The
good.
We had
bone.
tasso that we were going to put in there, but I snacked on it.
Oh, let's see it. You gotta-
And there it comes, and there it is.
Yeah.
Chef snacks.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly.
Man, you got
So
to
that
have them.
was actually my next question. As a chef, when you're cooking, the chefs that I've known and talked to, they don't eat after because they snack so much as they're cooking or they're tasting. Like
Yeah.
by the time they're done cooking, like I'm not gonna eat.
It happens.
Is that
It
is
does
that
happen.
is
yeah,
that a
you
normal
usually
thing?
have to have like a break and like a reset,
Yeah.
and then you can
Yeah.
eat.
Or back in the day,
Oh, I'm ready.
well, once upon a time, I worked at Snow's. Everybody knows Snow's
Oh,
out
no,
in
it's Snow's.
Gonzales. And that place was hell to work because it was so busy. Friday nights, you'd do
Right.
600-700 covers.
Wow. Wow.
And then when you left there,
Turntables.
you haven't eaten all day, but you probably had like 2 energy drinks, and at least 2. And then you just stop at Jack in the Box.
Oh,
You make all this great food, and you're like, I'm gonna get Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Every chef.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
how
know,
you go
is guilty.
from-
Or Taco Bell.
Oh yeah,
Not anymore. I can't say
it's
that.
a rough life.
I bet.
It's a whole different animal, and that's part of what moved us to say, look, maybe not.
The
I've seen
hours, the money.
I've seen the movie Chef.
Yeah, My
We
favorite
just watched
movie.
it last night.
It's pretty good, right? Like, is that pretty
Yes,
spot
it's
on?
a
As
family
that's
favorite.
obviously that's a higher end restaurant. but
Ridiculously accurate. That
I'm about to
movie
say,
is.
yeah. How good is that grilled cheese? And when he does it,
Did
it's
y'all
the
make
greatest
one last
looking
night?
grilled cheese. I'm like, this is
And
unbelievable.
it's perfectly
should do
executed.
Yes.
We make grilled cheese
We'll
like
make
that
one.
at home. Our kids are like, it's
Yes.
just like in the movie.
Do you get down low and look for the moment?
You gotta watch
Yes.
the
That's a
crust.
great.
Yes.
Gotta
It's
let the
about a
crust
food.
just-
They make a food truck because this guy
John Favreau.
John Favreau didn't like the restaurant.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's based on.
Not a
I'm
true story,
feeling
right?
Terrible now. Who's the amazing chef that's on his show with
Roy
you?
Troy.
Yes.
Thank you. So it is actually paralleled a lot of what happened to him as he was coming up.
But it's not technically based on a true story.
It's not an actual like
inspired by a
biographical.
true
It's
story.
inspired.
Super inspired by Roy Troy.
And then they
Who
do
I
a show
love.
together on
It's
Netflix.
awesome.
That chef
That
show
show.
is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
The Netflix show is so good.
The chef show. She's called
The
The
Chef
Chef
Show.
Show.
Is it good? I
You
gotta
should
go
check
watch it.
out.
I gotta go watch it.
It's
Oh,
really good.
Dude, it'll make you.
It's good. It's easy
Yeah.
watching. It's a good. It's good.
I mean,
Some of the
besides a
funnest
couple
things-
words, it is a family movie
It's a
around our
family
house because
movie.
I don't really give a
Some
shit.
of the funnest
so.
things about that
You're gonna learn them
movie
someday.
is Roy Troy
Probably for
coaching John Favreau.
How to
Yeah.
cook.
Yes.
Yeah, and when I'm watching him, I'm like, holy shit, this is like, me showing cooks how to do shit.
Right.
Wait, you talked to Jordy about that this week.
Yeah, yeah,
When
Jordy
you
was
told him
talking
about
about
the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just, man, the way he gets in there, Roy Troy's like, and when you're doing this grilled cheese, this is nothing else exists.
Right.
This is all you're doing, and it's meditative.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's
And you talk about how
It
they
is
go to
relaxing.
the farmer's market and they go to get all the ingredients and how they
Yes.
have to be fresh and like they have specifics
Yep.
like how they want to feel and like they go through all that in the movie. I'm like, this is awesome.
it's a fun movie.
Yeah, he brings his
for sure.
son with him.
It's
It's,
a,
cool.
It's
cool.
a great movie.
And let me tell you, the way that interaction with the owner and the chef
Never
could not
truer
be more
things,
accurate.
y'all.
I bet.
Could not be
I
more
bet.
accurate.
Because he's only worried about the bottom line. You're worried about making good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, people are gonna like this, but no, I don't want to risk that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
God.
Very accurate.
I've always wanted to ask the chef that because like
It's the real
seems like
deal.
There's at
would
least
be
2
like that,
dozen
but-
restaurant owners in town that are doing
Oh my
that to
God,
their
Lance
chefs.
is like all out shots fired today.
I'm not even being ugly
Took
about
out
it.
big mayonnaise
And they
last
can't
week.
help it. Hey, big mayo.
Which we've talked about all
Bad
week.
restaurant
I keep
owners, I'm
laughing
gonna call them all
about it.
out.
I love that. Come
Yeah.
on.
And the good spots you go to in town, they're good because they're letting the chef run the kitchen and cook what he wants to cook, or what she wants to cook. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
and that's the difference.
Wow.
For
That's
sure.
what's so cool about that movie.
Let people that are good at their job do their job.
Exactly.
Right.
Damn. I'm gonna have to watch it again for like the fourth
Dude,
time.
I'm telling you, watch it on Netflix. You can
No, I'm
almost
gonna watch Chef. What's that? What did you
Oh
watch?
Chef
my
show.
gosh.
I watched
Y'all
the
gotta
chef. I
watch
want to watch
it.
the chef
Chef
show.
show.
You're gonna be hungry. Bring some snacks.
Yeah, dude,
chef
I'll watch.
show.
Sure.
And when the chef show drops on Netflix, I'll
Bring
watch
some
all 8
snacks.
of them in
Get
a
some
row.
Yes.
enhancements.
Yeah,
Bring
it's
some
so good.
enhancements too.
Yeah,
That'll
Yeah, they
help-
need to
that'll
make
help
some
with
more
the
chef
hunger.
shows.
I like that.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, we need to call him down here and come cook jambalaya with us.
He's a big New Orleans guy.
I'm just
Who?
saying.
John Favreau.
John
Yeah, he is.
Favreau. Yeah, let's
Most
do
of
it.
those guys are like most of like the obviously chefs and cooks like they love New Orleans because it's such a
It's a mecca.
it's a food mecca. But
Well, he's in the movie industry.
a
so
lot of
he's
the movie
done-
industry guys like
so it's
New Orleans
perfect.
too,
Yeah,
yeah.
perfect blend.
No, definitely.
but man, thank y'all so much. for
Thank
this.
y'all so much.
This
This
was
is so
awesome.
fun. I still can't believe y'all let us come and do this.
No, I can't believe y'all do it for us. I mean, this is,
I know. Look, we show up at Iverstines, we're like, holy shit, we got pork. We get to
this
We get
is
to go
great.
cook this for people.
This is unbelievable.
Come here. Yeah,
This
it's
is
awesome.
unbelievable. So thank y'all again to You Bet
Thank
Your
y'all.
Ass Is Good.
Hell yeah.
Follow me on
And,
Instagram. The
thanks to
Vector
Iverson.
Spice.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what they
Check it
put in
out.
everything
Come
we
check it
use.
out.
Excellent.
For sure.
All right, thank y'all.
All right, thank y'all. Happy Friday. Happy weekend.
Happy Friday.
Have a good weekend. Happy
Oh,
birthday,
hey,
Lloyd.
Happy birthday, Lloyd.
Happy birthday, Lloyd.
2 breakfasts, brunch and Mikey's.
That's it. Boom.